Shout out to LTTV.
Whoops. Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. Part one, we had some technical difficulties. We're going to skip everything, including the fancy intro and all that shit we got into in part one. Y'all can go see it on part one. I think it's on the members only. But let's get into this one. We're going to recap a little bit, but let's get into some of the new stuff that we didn't cover yet. Rollo Tomassi, he's outlining his list. Let's get into this.
Okay, here's the quickest path to. If I told you this, look, if I said the quickest way for you to make $1 million,
that sounds like advice.
Is to go.
Now, this is a cop out right here. Let me move myself out of the way from the screen so you can see the full list. He said the quickest way of making $1 million. On the list, it clearly says the quickest path to becoming a high value man. It clearly says the quickest path to becoming a high value man. This was the path that he laid out, and he doesn't want to stand behind it. He doesn't want to define what a high value man is. It says avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s.
Get him out of here! He's got no place in here! Get rid of him! Okay.
The vasectomy in your 20s is the main topic of discussion. Let's get into this.
From the bank or goes to steal it. Does that mean I'm telling you to go steal it? If I tell you to go fucking jump off a cliff, are you going to go jump off a cliff?
Right,
Also, by the way, here's the other thing is I'm also responding to Dr. Richard Reeves in this as well.
Okay, there's a lot of context about it, sure. But all the rest of the lists, you're equating vasectomy to lifting, game, play to your strength, resisting up on easing your focus. The rest of it sounds like general advice.
Okay, well, let's say so let me ask you. So
now it is general advice because this is the quickest path to becoming a high value man, and you laid out all 8 steps or things that you need on the list, the criteria.
Is it the vasectomy part that's throwing you off?
Really genuine good advice, right? The rest of it.
Is it the vasectomy part?
Yeah.
So it's the vasectomy part that's throwing everybody off because it is stupid ass advice. Nobody else is going in on anything else on the list but the vasectomy, because we know what's going on in today's in the influencers' minds today. They're trying to push men towards or away from procreation. They push people towards vasectomies. This MGTOW movement, men going their own way. So let's get into this.
Do you agree with pretty much everything else except for the vasectomy part?
The first 3 is weird because then I don't even know what the red pill idea of a high value man is. Is it just being rich? Like what's...
Yeah, so SNEAKO's cooking him in this reaction. He's right. He said the first 3. I didn't even pay attention. Do not get married. Avoid family creation. These are things to get away from the family value. So that's the whole high value man is... This is why SNEAKO's attacking it. SNEAKO's learning. He's realizing this is a bunch of fuckery. Because it's a bunch of chase a body count and chase as many girls and sexual partners perpetually for the rest of your life. Be one of those 50, 40, or be one of those 50, 60-year-old men who's single forever, just fucking girls, being that high value man. That's where he's noticing that a lot of this shit is leading. But Rollo Tomassi is married. I believe. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure.
What's the point of having all this money and not having a family? Why be that rich? The guy who's always grinding. Whoa, Brandon Carter doesn't have to do his laundry. Sick. What else are you going to do with your life?
Right. maybe this is actually meant so that you'll get it. You'll have a freaking epiphany about how all the shit that you have to sacrifice to get to that in the first place. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to live the kind of life, let's say like a Brandon Carter is, where you're going to outsource your entire life? Or are you going to actually have, is that something that's a priority for you? Because I will tell you right now that if you follow this kind, if you were to actually follow this list right here, that is the fastest way for you to get to a point where you are more high value, right? But here's the thing. So
why do you need the vasectomy though, sir? He can't explain that though. He says this is the fastest way. Yeah, you create a family, all these things may slow you down to be a high value man. Great. Why do you need a vasectomy? Are you a complete retard? Are you a complete idiot? Where you can't control yourself, you can't bag it up, you can't do anything different than get girls pregnant to slow your ass down?
When I say that, people go, well, that's not what a high value man is. A high value man is what I define it as, which is he's got to have a good, loving, devoted wife. He's got to have 3 or 4 kids or 10 kids, depending on whatever culture you're talking about. All of this stuff that makes up whatever that person who happens to have that is, then that's suddenly the definition of what a high value man is. So
Stop the cap.
Pebbles is right. Kevin Samuels would have stood 10 toes down on his criteria. He would have been like, these are the 5 points to make a high value man. And it doesn't matter what you think of these people morally. This is what a high value man is. That's what Kevin Samuels would have said. Kevin Samuels would have stood 10 toes down on his shit. Myron stands on his stance, but Rollo doesn't want to be backed into a corner where he has to be accountable for his rhetoric. So let's get into this.
what I'm saying this is the best way to become a high value man. I'm not saying this is the only way to become a high value man. I'm just saying that this is the fastest way to go and do something like that.
We've been talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition of a high value man?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
It doesn't matter.
I know what you're talking about. That's what the first part of the tweet is: how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to become a high value man is to recognize a
What?
Now we got to pull this back because he's making no sense and he's trying to backpedal out of the question.
That's not what I was talking about to become a high value man. I'm just saying that this is the fastest way to go and do something like that.
We've been talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition of a high value man?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
Stop the cap.
See these deflections? That's not what you're talking about. The thing says the fastest way to becoming a high value man. And these are the steps. And now you're saying this is not what you're talking about because you don't want to define what a high value man is to you?
This.
I
I know what you're talking about. That's what the first part of the tweet is: how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to be.
You got Destiny here. Blue hair Destiny in an open relationship. The dude I said has no part in these heterosexual relationship talks because look at the life you lead. Even he has more common sense than Rollo here to actually answer the question directly.
Become a high value man is to recognize the fact that you've got sacrifices to make. Okay.
So like
what is
grandpa
that?
telling like stories from Vietnam. Like, just say, what is a high value man? It's the first part of the tweet. What does that mean?
You tell me what a high value man is. Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter.
All right.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
I don't know if y'all seen Matt Walsh debate the transgender folks, where they could not define what a woman was. This sounds like the same shit. A simple definition. You're going to move the goalpost. This is what you call a trannyism. You can't be held accountable for your ideology in regards to said topic because you can't define what you're talking about. Trannyism. Let's get back into it.
It doesn't matter what I'm going to say as a high value man. You guys are fucking
because it's your fucking tweet.
It doesn't matter what I say as a fucking high value man because everybody takes this. The point of the fucking tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a fucking high value man is.
What if a high value
That's
man
the
is
bait.
12 kids when you're 16?
Debates? You know how stupid that sentiment right here is. The
fucking tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a fucking high value man is.
You stupid.
A high value
That's
man
the
is
bait.
12 kids when you're 16. then your tweet doesn't work, does it? What if your definition of a high value man is being getting into a trade and having 5 kids by the time you're 22? Then it also definition of a high value man is being an esports professional.
You're absolutely making my point for me right here. Okay, this is what I'm saying.
My point is that high value man. You gave a list of 8 things. Do these 8 things to become a high value man. Do 1 through 8 to become A, and you're not defining what A is.
The fastest way to becoming a high value man is.
But what is a high value man? So you do all these 8 things to become a high value man. What is a high value man? Now we have this. This is the dumbest conversation of all time because he doesn't want to be held to the fire of his definition.
What is that?
Okay. So here's the thing. So if we're talking about family creation, we already talked. Okay, so you want to go? Okay, let's go one by one. You want to go one by one? Okay,
no,
so
I want to go before one by one. What is a high value man?
We can't have an argument if I don't even know what your definition
point is. The very fact that you're even asking me this in the first place is the actual point of the fucking tweet. Okay, so if you're going to be a high value man with the fucking hands tied behind your back, then what is that? What does that mean to you? That's the point. This whole discussion is the point of the fucking tweet.
You guys, one of the tweet was, you've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you're getting blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking retarded. But you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to fucking walk back from it because the point of it was.
Bro, you got cooked by Zestiny. Zestiny.
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
To get douche nozzles like yourself to fucking have this conversation in the first place.
What?
Old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to fucking walk back from it because the point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to fucking have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro?
Nigga said douche nozzles.
Douche nozzles?
Yes. You guys are fucking idiots. Why do you guys come in here?
Stop it. Get some help.
From fucking Twitch stream, like how you guys are legitimate in all of this, I don't know, because everything I've heard come out of you guys' mouth is just fucking confident ignorance.
I'm asking no, Myra. Okay, I'm not asking you like in terms of the debate. You call yourself the Godfather of the Red Pill.
I call myself the Godfather of the Manosphere. Okay, other people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's very.
Do you understand?
Okay, so as
Godfather or grandfather of the man? Which one is it?
Whatever it is, the old guy of the manosphere. What is your definition of high value man? This is the #1 talked about topic on all of these shows. So I want to get a clear definition from you. What is it?
Now, what I didn't outline in part 2 because I outlined it in part 1 is that SNEAKO and Destiny take the clear W in this debate with Rollo Tomassi. He gets cooked. He can't even define what a high value man is. Myron stands 10 toes down on his ideology. Whether you agree with it or not, at least he stands on his shit. They stand on their opinion. He's the only one trying to wiggle and deflect like the modern women that he calls out. So he has to hold a massive L for this one. Not even close. Absolute fail. I think Rollo teaches courses. I think he's one of those. He has a book, The Rational Male, I believe. Let's get back into this.
Again, it depends on the person. It depends on the culture. Depends on the. So here's the thing. Let me tell you. Maybe I can explain this to you, SNEAKO, because at least you got your ears open here.
When were there all these variables into being high value? And he always talks about the women can't answer questions directly. It's always this variable type response with the individual. It depends on the individuals. All of this the circumstantial fuckery. Can't answer a question directly. That's what he's doing. So he's getting cooked for that. And everybody receives it that way. Even Fresh and Fit's audience seen him getting cooked.
Is that when we're talking about what's the top G, what's a high value guy? You probably haven't heard this because you don't read my stuff and you don't watch my shit. No. But I've also said this is like the red pill has to be for everybody or it's for nobody. So if we're looking at a guy who's draped across a Lamborghini and he's got hot chicks with him and we say that's what I'm aspiring to, but I'll never make that because I live in a fucking fishing village on the coast of Chile, right? That means I can never match that high apex of a high value guy.
The guy in the car?
But the guy who happens to live in those villages or happens to be in a different culture or in a different country or whatever else, he can still benefit from that because however he's defining himself as a high value man in his fishing village, maybe that's what he can aspire to.
It has nothing to do with Chile and the village in the car.
Here's
What?
So the guy in Chile should not start a family and should get a vasectomy. And he's talking about third world country, folks. It depends where you're at. So you're in a third world country trying to get a vasectomy.
The thing is, you guys want me to say, okay, a high value man makes $100,000 a year. He's fucked 50 chicks. He's like, that's the
That's
thing.
not what I want you to say. I disagree with that. I'm asking you because I come on
You
this all the
disagree
time.
with it. What I'm saying is the point of the tweet is so you will ask that question.
I'm past the tweet. I'm past that. Look, I'm asking as somebody who's really interested in the red pill. I listen to a lot of this content. I want to know what your definition is, because if you have a definition that's completely off of what I think it is, then I guess I'm not red pill.
Well, here's what I think guys ought to do. Would you like me to give you some prescriptions? Is that what we're trying for here?
No, I want to know your opinion of a high value man. What is it?
I think a high value man is whatever is contextually makes that guy a high value guy in whatever culture that he happens to be in. If that's money, that's
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Just answer the question directly, sir. Y'all make sure you hit the like button upon entry. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Let's get it.
money. Right now, that's what we tend to focus on right now. But if I'm going to say that,
High-value man is a guy that has the things that makes him a high-value man.
All
That's
right,
basic.
so,
That's
the things that make you a high value man, okay, what is that? You know, we've been trying to.
Six,
We're
okay?
never going to define.
Now, doesn't this sound like one of the transgenders trying to describe what a woman is? They can't just say, oh, an adult human female. They can't say that. An adult female human being. They can't say that. They can't give a direct definition for what a woman is. And now he can't give a direct definition for what a high value man is. And Kevin Samuels, RIP, would sit up there and have his whole list. 5, this is what you need to do. You need to have a network of men. You need to be making what's it, 100,000 for 5 years, or whatever the fuck he defines a high value man is. There's a clear definition. He can't do that. He's not capable of it because he does not want to stand on his ideology. He doesn't want to be held accountable. So these niggas are going to aspire to get a vasectomy to do some undefined thing.
Because here's the thing. When I read the tweet, I interpreted it right with a higher step. Like, he's listing things that if you follow these things, right, and you actually follow them, you're probably not going to become a fuck up, right? And to be a high value guy, I would say it's a combination of things. It's obviously having your money on point, having social proof and status, having respect from your peers, having a network of other high value men, right, which I agree with Kevin Samuels on that, being fit to a degree. If you have all these things in place, you'll be considered a high value man by most people in most society.
Do you see that Myron, he's backing up his point, but he could at least define what a high value man is, what you're doing those things on his list to aspire to be. He could actually define it.
Is right if you have these things in place. Now, with that said, to get there, right, you obviously have to focus and get your shit together and make sure that you focus on getting there. What he's saying is all these the list of things that he mentioned, if you follow them, it's going to mitigate your risk of becoming a fuck up and not getting to that point as quickly as possible. And I think that's so important, is that this tweet kind of gets taken out of context. He's saying the quickest way to become a high value man, avoid and do these things because you're limiting distractions. And he's using Brandon Carter as an example where he's in a monogamous relationship with a girl. He outsourced a lot of his things. Why? So he's able to focus on making more money. He's getting rid of obstacles. And I think that tweet demonstrates that.
Yes.
You're getting rid of obstacles so you can become a high value man in the quickest possible way. Now, I know the most controversial one is the vasectomy. Though there's other ways to get the same, I guess, effect from vasectomy. Let's say you use a condom. Let's say you pull out, whatever it may be. He's saying, okay, if you get the vasectomy, then we know for a fact you're not going to have children.
Yeah.
Now, he has hundreds of thousands of men following him, listening to his dumbass rhetoric. That's the issue. So you're trying to sterilize generations of men by getting vasectomies. Y'all all talk about the reversible. It doesn't always go that way. And who wants to sign up for 2 surgeries to prevent what is easily preventable as a man? No accountability. No personal agency and no accountability for these niggas. These niggas want to corner women all day, kick them off shows, disrespect them, talk about they're unaccountable for their decisions, but you want to retard-proof these young men so they don't actually have to be accountable. Cool, let's get it. It's pathetic.
It's really no different than having a condom or pulling out or whatever it may be. The point is to not get a girl pregnant. How you want to get there is up to you, whether it's through a vasectomy, using condoms, whatever. But he's making it retard.
These are the same guys that say that most guys don't get girls. Most guys ain't having sex at all. Most 21-year-old girls have way more sex than a 21-year-old guy. 15% of the guys are fucking all the girls. sexual access is very hard for men, so they don't really have to have dick discipline. These are the same guys that say this shit, and then on the other end, yeah, let's get vasectomies. This is insanity.
Proof. Hey, vasectomy, because I know even if you are the dumbest guy ever, you can't fuck this up.
I don't think a retarded guy could be a high value guy.
No, when I say retarded, I mean as in stupid. But what I'm saying is that the point I'm trying to make is,
he doesn't think a stupid guy that's useless, that needs to retard-proof his life, is going to be capable of becoming a high-value man. That's what SNEAKO's saying.
this list is the foolproof way, if everything is followed, for you to get your status up as quickly as possible in your 20s.
That's not what the list is, though. Because what you just said was advice, and he said it's clearly not advice. So you're interpreting it a different way.
He said he's joking, and he's trying to provoke people.
Like half it was just a joke.
But I'm telling you,
Yo, when you're getting cooked by destiny, you having a bad day, sir. Let's get back into it.
I started out telling you guys how I interpreted that.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
You're not wrong.
Right,
You're not wrong.
So that people can interpret it how they want.
Exactly.
To create discussion. That's
And
the point.
it's funny?
That's what he's saying.
He asked a question earlier. So you asked him a question, what is high value? You answered it. It's whatever you determine that to be.
No, that's bullshit. None of you guys believe that. Some guy comes.
Yep. Fresh. That took a while. Yeah, you got to hold your L on that one, Fresh. What the fuck? What type of bullshit was that? See, this Fresh was trying to ride with the Rollo Tomassi definition, the ambiguous. We don't know. It's very arbitrary. You select it. Nah, we ain't having that.
That's what he's saying.
He asked a question earlier. So you asked him a question, what is high value? You answered it. It's whatever you determine that to be.
No, that's bullshit. None of you guys believe that. If
do,
some guy
because-
comes on this show,
Hold
he
on.
weighs 350 pounds, and he says, I'm Diamond 1 in League of Legends. That's what I want to do with my life. Would you go, well, that's what you really want. You're high value. You wouldn't say that.
No, but once
Exactly.
again, it starts in the mind. You're gonna say, for example, oh, that's not true, which I agree it's not true. But ultimately, you as a man decide what's high value for you.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. Fresh, you're going out sad for Rollo Tomassi's point. You see, Myron is more dogmatic in his actual ideology. It's not no wavering fuckery that he's just going with what the red pill says. You can clearly see it. He stood 10 toes down on his opinion. I don't agree with his shit, but at least he stood 10 toes down on it. Fresh, you're trying to ride the Rollo Tomassi wave and trying to say it's this ambiguous thing. It's whatever you want it to be. So everybody in the chat is high value men, unless they're women. Then they're high value women, because we're making that distinction based off of our feelings, whatever we want as individuals. So shout out to y'all. Y'all are all high value. Each and every one of y'all.
Value is probably something that's determined by society. High value? Value means that you have a worth to other people. You're just talking about being comfortable, having high self-esteem.
I agree, but the tweet...
You don't say you agree with that. I just said the total opposite thing you just
No.
said.
I agree at that point where, for example, people determine you as high value. However, the tweet saying high value could mean, in your sense, whatever that means to you.
No, it doesn't.
What? Oh, shut up, nigga.
This sounds like the women on their panel that they roast. This also sounds akin to the trannies that I was cooking earlier in the show. This is trannyisms. This is what it is. Words have meanings.
Total opposite thing you just
No.
said.
I agree at that point where, for example, people determine you as high value. However, the tweet saying high value could mean, in your sense, whatever that means to you.
No, it doesn't.
What?
That's what he's saying.
No, he's not. He doesn't know because he doesn't have a good definition. Because he knows if he says anything, he's gonna get
You
pinned
sound
down
like the
on it.
girls who believe they're a 10 because they describe themselves of a 10 in the mirror.
If you brought in
That's the
some
same
You're
loser
missing the point.
and he's like, I'm high value because I'm a manager at my McDonald's, you probably wouldn't agree that he's high value.
Is that when he says high value, you're going to determine that as a man. What does that mean for you? Success is a part of it, yes, but their success could be owning a farm or having a business. It doesn't matter. He's saying to get to that point, you need focus. Ultimately, that's what he's saying. Just be focused.
I mean, look, we make fun of the girls all the time.
That is what you call copium. That's when you know you are huffing the copium.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
For saying that they're 10 out of 10s all the time because they say it in their head, I believe I'm a 10 out of 10. No, that's ridiculous because society determines how attractive you are. Society determines how valuable you are. You can't apply that lot. You can't make fun of the girl, the ugly fat whale who thinks she's a 10 girl boss queen, and then also say a high value man can believe it in his head.
Now, you know we cooked SNEAKO for his cuck story. We keep it objectively fair out here. It is what it is. He got cooked for that. Destiny constantly gets cooked on his channel for his open relationship, meanwhile being a bisexual as well, so he shouldn't be in these heterosexual spaces. But These guys are cooking tonight. These guys both deserve the W. They came to Fresh and Fit, stood 10 toes down on their ideology, and cooked. Old man Rollo, let's get back into this.
I gave you guys a 10.
You have a good definition. You talked about some shit being relatively fit, having a network of people that are very social. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, Myron gets the W as well. Although I don't agree with his opinion, at least he stood 10 toes down. Fresh, Rollo, we ain't having that.
Dude, because here's the thing. For me, I will define it because that will allow you guys to see where I'm coming from when I'm interpreting that.
Yeah, we know where you're coming from, but we have the tweet out there. He doesn't know where he's coming from. He seems a little lost right now, so we're trying to figure out, what exactly he means. But
I think, again, the tweet, I think that's the important part of the tweet is that it allows people to interpret it how they want, and which is why we're talking about it right now. The tweet did what it was supposed to do.
If I'm giving advice to people, I don't want them to interpret it how they want. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point of my message? If I'm telling
not giving advice to people, that's the whole point of this.
It says the fastest way to become a high value man. And then you list out 8 steps. If that's not advice, what is advice?
It's impossible to put anything out there without people interpreting it as follow these fucking steps. Here's your 12 rules for life, and you're gonna live a happy fucking life.
Being a high value man. That's literally what your tweet was. Do these things. High value. What is the wording of the tweet? Go back to the tweet itself.
So here's in that wording of the tweet. What's the last part of that? What's the last one? Resist easing up on your focus. Whatever's like. Do you want me to insert what you ought to be doing? You ought to be coding. Is that what I should say? You ought to be becoming a professional athlete. I don't know what your fucking strengths are.
You can simplify and say work hard.
Again, so here's the thing. If I say, you know what, you ought to be an NBA player. And it doesn't matter if that you're 5'9", fucking stay on your focus, and you're going to be the best NBA player you can possibly be.
No, that'd be terrible advice.
That would be absolutely terrible advice because this isn't fucking advice. That's why. Okay, this is a list that is meant to get so you get an idea of what the fuck it is that you're going to do so that you can become that high value man. Protect yourself. Don't get married. Avoid family creation. Vasectomy. Again, this is over the top shit. Anybody who knows anything about my material, when I throw this out there, they know this is over the top shit.
What else on that
list? The fucking fire for douche nozzles like
what else besides
Ben Shapiro?
I don't want to be a douche nozzle, but what else?
Yeah, besides number 3, what else here is over the top?
Besides vasectomy.
Well, live consistently, okay? Well, what if, some people will say, well, that's vanity, right?
Myron, there's no way you agree with that, saying live
actually,
consistently.
hold on. For Rollo, it might be. Okay, to be fair.
Guys, see, here's the thing.
But you're missing, are you not hearing anything he's saying? Do you need to blindly agree with him? Because nothing he's saying is making any sense.
Bro.
It's not making any sense to you because you don't understand fucking...
This is where SNEAKO's stepping up in his YouTubing right here. You just need to blindly agree with this nigga. Of course, that's a part of it. A lot of this red pill manosphere fuckery is blindly agreeing with men to be on code with men. SNEAKO's finally calling it out and waking up from the fuckery. Hold on, let me pull this back a little bit. Pause.
See, here's the thing.
But you're missing, are you not hearing anything he's saying? Do you need to blindly agree with him? Because nothing he's saying is making any sense.
Bro.
It's not making any sense to you because you don't understand the fucking concept of the tweet. That's why.
You can't even thoroughly...
Did you understand what okay, let me hold stop here. Did you understand what I was saying about Brandon Carter?
Yeah, he doesn't do his laundry.
No, but he's taken everything to this extreme level. Like, to a lot of guys, Brandon Carter's not a high... Okay, would you agree with me that Brandon Carter is a high-value guy?
Sure.
Okay, you know who wouldn't? Ben Shapiro. You know who wouldn't? A lot of other people because they think that they're living out their own high-value ideal. Do you understand that?
Context.
Hold on. I'm sorry. These guys would not agree with him being a high-value man because you haven't listed out the criteria to being a high-value man. If you listed out the same points that Kevin Samuels or Myron would list out, I am sure that they would not disagree because they would match the criteria. And once you match and you fit the criteria, you would be deemed a high-value man. But let's listen to this, and I'll let this roll into the next point because he's about to hang himself.
Ben Shapiro. You know who wouldn't? A lot of other people because they think that they're living out their own high-value ideal. Do you understand that?
Context.
Like the 350-pound esports player is living out his ideal of a high-value man.
Yeah, whether or not that's working for him is irrelevant to the fucking tweet. When I say, okay, when I'm talking about Brandon Carter, you say you understand that. He's taking it to this extreme level.
How is Ben Shapiro not a high-value guy?
Stay on top of for Brandon Carter. What do you think Brandon Carter's definition of a high-value man is?
Probably the...
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
Why can't you tell us your definition of a high value man? More deflections.
Same as mine.
Which is
Determined by society. If you have respect from your community, then you are a high value person. If people respect you.
so being pro-social and having people like you and depending on the.
I know you don't agree with him because he's Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro is definitely a high value man.
Okay, but so let's just say let's say
He does. He said so.
You don't think Ben Shapiro's a high value man?
let's take for do I think he is? I don't think he's a high.
Nigga, you just hating, feel me? That's why you ain't never gonna have no paper, ain't never gonna have no bitches, feel me?
This right here is why he can't define what a high value man is. Because he knows right here he'll get shitted on. Ben Shapiro's not a high value man. Elon Musk, all these people that he just happens to dislike in the way they live their life, they don't qualify as for high value man. But under Kevin Samuel's criteria, under Myron's criteria, under everybody's criteria at the table at least, they would be considered high value men. But he doesn't want to concede those points. Why? Because he's a hating ass nigga. Let's get into this.
Okay, so let's just say let's say
He does. He said so.
You don't think Ben Shapiro's a high value man?
let's take for do I think he is? I don't think he's a high value man.
Wait, what is his definition? He owns his own business. Is like one of the most successful alt media platforms in the world. He's married to fucking young sweetheart.
Right. You know who else is not a high value guy? Elon Musk. Let's see. Who else? Jeff Bezos.
Stop it. Get some help.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, not high value men. At this point, we should just wrap up the show here. What are we even talking about, Rollo? What is this manosphere red pill shit about then, sir?
All you got to do is just go. All you have to do is look at the decisions they've made in their personal lives. Okay, how are we going to define that? If I'm going to define that,
you haven't. You're the only one who hasn't defined it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the one defining it for fucking Jeff Bezos. I'm not the one defining it for fucking what's his face.
That's his cop out. I'm not defining it. That's the cop out. That's why he refuses to answer it. I cracked the code. This is what I'm talking about. You don't want to be held accountable for your ideology.
I'm going to define that.
You haven't. You're the only one who hasn't defined it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the one defining it for fucking Jeff Bezos. I'm not the one defining it for fucking what's his face?
Right here.
Ben Shapiro.
This is it right here.
As long as that's how she defines beauty to herself.
Well, you guys just defined. Well, hold on, wait, SNEAKO. You just defined Brandon Carter as a high value guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that fits your definition of a high value guy, but I will tell you right now that if that would not fit the same definition that say Ben Shapiro would have for a high value guy, because he doesn't have his babies on point, he doesn't have this on point, he's not going to church or synagogue every day, right? So to him, he's not necessarily a high value guy.
I don't think what his synagogue has to do with high value. That's like
that's the way that other people would define it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
is that true?
It's not, value is not subjective. When we talk about value, we're usually talking about some sort of exchange in a market.
No.
Value is usually what are people willing to do or give for a certain thing.
Yep.
It's not defined by this.
No,
if one man is on an island with no value.
No, this one over your head. It's the idea of being high value.
No, there is no idea of being high value. And if it was anybody else on the show, you guys would be roasted the fuck out of them.
Facts.
Saying that's your idea of being high value. You would be roasted. If any of the girls come here, because you do this to girls all the time, so it goes right. They're like, I think I'm a 10. It's like, why? Because I'm so special and blah, blah, blah.
I say you're not special.
I just gave you Brandon Carter as an example. I just gave you Brandon Carter. We can use any single.
So what makes Brandon Carter high value and eliminates Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Ben Shapiro? Their decisions in life that you dislike. There's no clear-cut criteria. It's just, I don't like these decisions. They don't align with my weird red pill ideology, so you're disqualified. That's stupid.
Example you want. You could be the 500-pound guy who just does esports, or it can be like Brandon Carter or the top G. Yep. Any one of those guys. The thing still applies.
All right, look.
Are you better off? Are you better off without the instructions? Are you better off without the bag?
Everyone here has kind of a different thing. Like me, I've defined it. This is what I think makes you high value. You might have a different take on it. You might have a different take on it. I've defined it, and then I took my interpretation off what you said. If you want to get these things, and it makes sense to me, those things that you listed. But I'm seeing here that everyone here kind of has a different interpretation.
Wait, that's not true. All four of us probably roughly agree on what makes you high value.
No, we don't.
the three of us probably.
You see Fresh caping, Fresh, keep it a stack, man. This looks so horrible for you. You're just running into the L with Rollo. What are you doing?
Ben Shapiro said you said you have high value. I don't think
Having
he is.
like some amount of like physical fitness, we all agree that that's decently valuable, correct?
On some level, yeah.
Okay. Having some amount of like social status.
Now, in Kevin Samuel's criteria, physical fitness, I don't believe that was on it. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
So you've got the attention of a lot of people and you're influential. We all agree on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having some amount of financial success, right? You have freedom to take care of your family, retire if you want to, even at an early age. We all agree with that, right?
Okay.
And having some level of success with your family and friends, right? We all roughly agree on that, right?
Okay.
If you have those 4 things in check, you're probably a high value man.
No, it's more than that. See, here's what he's saying. I can add more to it because for me, in my head, what high value is way more than that. To you, that might be important, but to me, it's not. That's not everything.
What's a key component missing from what I said?
Is a high value guy the guy that marries somebody from a foreign country and brings her over here so she can get citizenship? Because that's your family dynamic. My family dynamic is different than that. Does that make me high value or low value?
Exactly. It's going to depend on the person.
If I'm in a heterosexual marriage for 27 years and not in a polycule or some shit like it's like some people will say you're high value because you do that. People will say, Rollo, you can't be red pill because you're married, or you can't be married because you're red pill. Okay. And suddenly I'm blue pill because I am actually in a relationship where it's like close on her end, close on on her end, and close on my end. But if I go and I talk to the top G or I talk to somebody who's like in an open relationship, is that guy high value because of that? I'm not. This is not a judgment call. I'm just saying that the definition is going to be different. Even if you have all those things, even each one of those things that you just mentioned is still it's still subject to the context. I agree with what you said, Destiny. What I'm saying is that from within each one of those attributes, people are going to have something wildly different. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to use that for fucking blog fodder and topics to go and do quick hit videos on because they just want click through rate for something like that.
What would we say about women? If we say, what is a high value woman?
You tell me, man. It's like again, this is the definition.
Bro, this is like your wheelhouse. This is your chance.
That's the whole thing. It's your wheelhouse. These are red pill manosphere concepts. He's saying it will mean anything else to other people. If you ask me what a high value man is,
we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
I don't sit around speaking about what the fuck high value men are. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That these are red pill talking points. Red pill's not even red pill. It's a bunch of manosphere weirdos that had to jump ship from the manosphere because the manosphere, the branding of the manosphere got destroyed. It got sullied. They ruined their own reputation. So they just went into this space that is the red pill space. That's not really a space. It's just the manosphere. It's the same content. It's the same concepts. It's the same dweebs.
To steamroll.
I don't think you understand why fucking wheelhouse is. Quite honestly, I don't think you do.
Red pill shit, isn't that what?
I think the most common understanding of what a high value man is Kevin Samuel. Kevin Samuel's definition. Kevin Samuel's definition was clear, concise. It was 5 steps. It was have a network with men, be useful to them, or whatever it was. $100,000 for 5 years or more. I can't remember the whole list because my memory's trash. But nonetheless, it was clear, it was concise, it was memorable.
You do?
Your
So you
name
should
is
know,
the
like,
rational male.
Yeah, a high value woman is.
I don't talk about high value women, dude. In fact, if anything, I say there's no such thing as a quality woman because it's an ideal that guys have in their heads.
There's no such thing as a quality woman?
No such thing as a quality woman because guys have this. The quality woman is an ideal, but we can talk about that when I get there. But the thing is this is like when you're building a relationship or when you have this idea in your head, you want to know why guys get into so much fucking trouble in their marriages? It's because of that ideal. Because every guy who ever got married thought that she was the best fucking thing in the world. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got married to her. And then until he gets across the divorce table from her, now she's a fucking evil monster.
That's one whatever. You genuinely don't think that there's quality women in the world?
I think that there are women who have different attributes than others that match very well with guys. Sure, there are good clicks, of course. But the thing is like the idea of the quality woman is an ideal that guys have that gets them into a lot of trouble. That's why they're in love with the ideal, not the actual person.
Well,
That's
there are
why
high value men, but there aren't high value women.
I'm not saying that I said there aren't high value men and there aren't high value women. Okay, it just depends on who we're talking about.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, bro.
In the context.
Yo, he doesn't know what he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, because Rollo's one of those people that sound smart to idiots. When you actually dissect the things he's actually saying, it's like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, are you're seriously trying to get this finesse off on people? It's an ideal, so everybody should just wife hose and just idealistically think that they like. What is he saying? There's nothing you can do to be a quality woman by that comment. A woman can't be quality. The idea of a woman could be quality, but she herself can't be, because she divorced. I'll break it down later, man. I'm just rambling. Let's get back into this.
I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
I get what you're saying. But
I feel like I need to do mushrooms before I come on the show. That's what it feels like, the kind of conversation we're having right now.
No, you know what it is, Destiny? Is you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why.
On any of this, and I'm surprised because you write about this all the time. You wrote a whole book about it. People they really respect it, and I have no idea.
You guys might be confused because I'm the one that says there's no such thing as a high value woman. A woman that's a woman gets her value directly from a man that she gets in a relationship with, because all women have value, but not all men have value.
All women don't have the same value.
Oh my God, he never said the same, Zestiny. But at least you see Myron's not going outside. Y'all said that Myron should consider letting Fresh and Fit sink to Davy Jones' locker after this performance. Fresh is the one that's fucking it up right now. Fresh is hanging on to Rollo's ideology instead of standing 10 toes down on his own. That's what Myron's doing right now. So if Myron ain't going outside the same way Fresh is allowing Rollo's bullshit to roll over onto them.
Well, don't even think about it. You know that's not true. If I give you a woman with 100 bodies and a woman with 0 bodies, if I give you a woman that's 500 pounds, if I give you one with 5 kids, so
here's
yeah.
my thing. Okay, here's my thing, because I've said this before.
I know men must become and women are. I know you're about to do this speech.
No,
but I'm just saying there are some women that are better than others.
I wasn't going to say that. Of course. But all women have value to some level, but not all men have value because men have to build their shit up. So what I'm saying is that a high-value woman...
That's not even true.
A high-value woman gets her value from being with a high-value man.
I don't even think that's true. All men have value to some extent.
The metric of success for a female is being able to get the best man that they can get.
And men can build and do things. In places like China, where you're limited to the amount of children, what do? They opt for boys because they can go out and work and fucking get jobs and shit and do things around the fucking house or whatever, right?
Yeah, in the fucking 1980s. The one-child policy hasn't been around since the mid-90s, dude.
Sure, but when it was grossly favoring the birth of boys because you could do more with boys than you could with women. Just the idea that, like,
at least that was a perception until now they're facing the consequences of that.
Well, so is Japan. That's a super homogenous.
That's one situation. Okay, you're using China, but let's be honest here. Why does it say women and children off the boat first, not men? Women have always had. It's a chivalry thing. But why is that? Because if you have 100 women and one guy, you can still continue to.
No, it's a chivalry thing. We provide and protect. That's what it comes down to, for and foremost. Before we get into all these other semantics.
If you have 100 men and one woman, we're fucked.
Women are the vulnerable sex and men are the disposable sex. That's why.
Women have value inherently. So what I'm saying is this: since every woman has value, for a woman to be high value, she's got to be able to lock down a high value guy. There's a reason why women take a man's last name and not the other way around. Women, when they meet each other and hug, the first thing they ask typically is, "Oh, do you have a man? Do you have a relationship? Tell me about your kids, etc." When two men meet, what do? Shake hands. What do you do for a living? Men are judged on creating value. Women are judged on creating children, typically. Now, are there some women out there that chase success and making money, whatever? Sure, but that is not the main goal of a female. The main goal of a female from a biological sense is to procreate. For a woman to procreate, she's got to be with a man. Typically, they want the best guy. For a man to procreate, he's got to create excess resources to be able to attract that woman. So what we bring to the table is different. And what I would argue... I
don't disagree with any of that, but there are high-value women. And there are probably high-value men.
I think a woman's only high-value if she could lock down a high-value guy. That's my take.
Okay, well, at least you have a definition for it.
That's my take.
Yep, you can have that take. It's a good take. People will look at Savannah James as a high-value woman because she's LeBron James' wife. You can agree with that. At least you have a perspective that you're willing to stand on and you have a take. Rollo over here is going outside. Myron did not allow Rollo to sink his ship. He did not jump on this is what a red pill manosphere person's saying. I'm saying the same thing too. No, he's standing on his own point. So you got to give him credit for that. But Fresh didn't do that. Fresh went outside here as well.
Definition on it, which again, I see all of us here at the table have different opinions, which is great. But that's my take on it. Like with a high value man, a high value woman.
No. I mean, what you want me to say is a woman who has a low body count, who is, a girl from the Amish Dutch country in Pennsylvania, who's never, known another man, doesn't have any social media. I mean, there's a lot of ways we can go with this, but again, it's those are ideals. Okay.
Yeah, the other ideals are important because ideals are what we strive for. An ideal is the whole
and those ideals are also what lead us astray, which is why this list is fucking useful. That's why.
Lead us astray. Ideals lead you into a better life. That's the whole point of an ideal. It's the best version of yourself. You're never going to be the best version of yourself, but the path to being the best version of yourself.
Every guy who ever thought he found his fucking soulmate, who ended up on the opposite side of the fucking divorce table from her, had a fucking ideal about that woman.
Oh, shut up, nigga.
You hear all this fear bullshit? That's what they teach over here. That's what they teach in the manosphere. This be fearful of women. You're going to marry them. You're going to commit to them. You're going to have kids with them. They're going to divorce you, take your money, do all that shit. But they always say speak from a place of abundance, but it's always fear tactics. It's always speaking from a place from fear.
Every man that dies happily surrounded by his family who had a long...
Oh, yes, I know. The pastoral scene with everybody fought. Well, yeah, we're surrounded by his family. You know what? You know that like 90% of the population of the United States doesn't die like that. They actually die in assisted living, and nobody knows about it until the next morning.
Okay, as opposed to you who was tweeting about dying in his motorbike in an accident. Okay, dude.
You said you wanted to
that is a fucking fantasy.
Let me hit these chats real fast.
We got another show coming up.
Yeah, we got another show coming up. We're gonna go through this real fast. All right, so we got Kid Blue RB goes, Rollo dodging the defining a high value man is like the LGBT dodging what a woman is. Feels like I'm watching Matt Walsh's documentary right now. You're the grandmaster of RP. You out of all people should be able to define what a high value man is.
He can't define high value, but he can define us as douche nozzles.
All right, let me.
That's pretty funny though.
Mike Rashid says, Myron, you're my guy, but you're giving Rollo an out. Let him stand on the chair he's standing on so he can continue to hang himself with his food.
I know you really want to defend him because
well, here's the thing.
I know you base a lot of the show around that book, but like, bro, he's making absolutely no sense.
Here's the thing. Everyone is interpreting it different. Obviously, I have my take on it. Rollo has his take.
He doesn't have a take, bro.
We all have different takes on this.
He doesn't have a take.
That's still a take.
That's still a take.
That's still a take.
Okay.
It is.
If this was some LGBT shit or some woman shit, we would be all laughing and roasting them. Like, rightfully so.
Yes.
If a woman came out and we were like, what makes a woman high value? She's like, well, if she's in her moment and if she's girl bossing it up as hard as she can, that's a high value woman. Like, we would be roasting.
That's the same argument he's making right now.
What I'm saying. That's not. It's fucking apples and oranges. That's the problem with all this shit. Is like you don't even fucking understand the nature of the tweet. That's why.
Because I'm asking you a specific question, you can't answer it. Ask if it's advice. It's not. It's a joke. It's not.
The minute.
Yep, SNEAKO and Destiny are 100% right in this regard. Rollo is not defining it. He's not keeping it a stack. He's not standing 10 toes down on his tweet or his ideology. He is deflecting like a motherfucker. The way they defined him is exactly what he's doing.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's a high value. Let me give you a high value man.
Darren P said, but Rollo gonna die with his wife next to him while telling men not to don't get married. Am I struggling out here? It's true. It's the same old shit we see in media time in, time again. Time and time again. What the fuck am I saying? Hip hop has done it. Hip hop has led a lot of people astray. You see Jay-Z, Beyonce, a lot of these folks tell people an ideology that they don't follow themselves. You've seen Sierra try to do it and get cooked for it with that single ladies type bullshit. People aren't going for it anymore. People are seeing through the finesse. The entertainment industry for so long has been selling people the problems under the guise of, oh, we're helping you out. This is the way. And then you look into their own personal life and it is nothing close to the rhetoric that they espouse. So people ain't having that anymore, Rollo. People ain't buying these courses anymore. People ain't getting these vasectomies. Not sterilizing a generation of men.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
Value man goes and fucks as many chicks as he possibly can.
All right, now listen to this. This is the dumbest point of all time. Listen to Rollo's high school fantasies. All right.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's a high value. Let me give you a high value man. A high value man goes and fucks as many chicks as he possibly can, as many women as possible, and he fucking finds one little needle in the haystack, and he wipes up that girl because she happens to have no body count. She's like 100% in love with him, and I can go and rattle off all these extremes, and you know who's going to disagree with me? Every fucking guy in fucking Daily Wire is going to disagree.
Say what you really think. Don't say it ironically. Say what you believe.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is what I believe here, okay? This is the whole thing. It's the point of the fucking tweet is that it's your fucking definition of what it is.
You keep saying that, but you said Ben Shapiro. You said Ben Shapiro's not a high-value man. So you must be comparing him to some standard in your head. You said
the standard is that y'all just missed it, and he said he is saying what he believed. The standard was right here. I tried to point it out, but I don't want to keep rewinding it. He believes a high-value man is a guy that goes out there trying to fuck as many girls as he wants until he finds that needle in a haystack, the girl with no body count, and he wipes it up. And then he makes all that money in the meanwhile. That's what his standard of a high-value man is. How old are you, Rollo? It's pathetic. Like, my nigga.
Is not a high-value man. You said Elon Musk is not a high-value man. So there's some standard in your head you're comparing these guys to that they're not matching up to. What is that standard?
Right. Well, all you would have to do is look at their personal lives so you would understand this. Again, do I have time to go on?
Look at their personal lives so you'd understand this. Since they're not trying to run around fucking as many girls as they can and doing what he deems as high-value men, he doesn't believe they're high-value men. We're cracking the code out here. Because he doesn't want to be direct.
All that? No, I don't.
Since he doesn't want to be direct, we got to read through the fuckery. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. We got a lot more after this. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
If you go and you look at what they're doing, look, let's just use Elon Musk for a second.
Yeah, let's use Ben Shapiro. That was a good example. Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, we can look at Ben Shapiro. How did he meet his wife? Do you know how he met his wife?
Where did they go?
It was arranged, right?
Was it an arranged or family friends? I don't know.
No, basically what Ben Shapiro.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
What does Ben Shapiro and the way that he met his wife have anything to do with the bearing of, or have anything to do with him being a high value man? That has nothing to do with him being a high value man, but let's get back into this.
He wore this chick down over the course of God knows like 3 or 4 months, right? He would meet the definition of stalking and being a creeper if he wasn't Ben Shapiro, right? If he didn't have his background in who he was.
3 to 4 months. What does that mean? Basically.
Oh, what up, Anti-Gravity 74? You are. Hold on. What up to Anti-Gravity 74 and what up to TG in the chat? Anti-Gravity 74, we appreciate you with the gifted subs that you did in one of those past shows. You are greatly appreciated on the channel. Shout out to you. TG, you've been a member forever. Shout out to you. Let's get it.
He wore her down is what he did. He's very proud of that fact too.
Okay, hold on real quick. You seem to have a problem with this. When somebody asks you what is X and then you go, well, it's X, you're not really answering the question. You've done this like 3 times. When you say wore her down over 3 to 4 months, what does that mean? Did they date? Did he see her after school?
What that means is he was persistent. He just kept wearing her down over the course of time.
Bro, that's ridiculous, man.
I will send you the video. I will send you the video.
Okay. Jesus.
All right.
You guys should do viewer comments more often. It's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, and you should send your OnlyFans girls to come at me to debate me in your proxy next time.
We're asking to debate you right now, and you can't even.
Except next time, please find a girl who actually puts lenses in her fucking glasses. A little weird.
You're so triggered, dude. Are you okay?
Not very rational.
I think
his 6 month will be the emotional male. I think
because I would consider Ben Shapiro a high value guy. I would.
Yeah, no, everybody would obviously.
But
wait, you disagree with the Grandmaster?
The Godfather, the great.
Yep. See, Myron's not going out sad right now. He's disagreeing. He's like, hold on, let me move myself out of the camera and rewind this for the last time before we finish the show.
I think because I would consider Ben Shapiro a high value guy. I would.
Yeah, no, everybody would obviously.
But
wait, you disagree with the Grandmaster?
The Godfather,
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Great granddaddy of the Red Bull.
Y'all niggas trolling, man.
Would you, Myron? Would you agree with his?
Now, what is this? What is this? This looks like the need to be right. These guys are laughing and chucking it up, and Myron's like, oh, now you guys are being extra. Why? Why is it extra? You agree with their point. He was wrong. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not. Y'all have the need to be right. Well, at least this nigga does, Rollo Tomassi. They need to be right. Nigga, you wrong. Everybody agrees with SNEAKO and Destiny. These guys are so like, I don't understand it. Their emotions are so wrapped up with their opinions and intertwined where it's like, if their opinion it gets deemed wrong, they're so emotionally hurt. I don't understand this. But let's get back into this.
Outlook on women.
With Ben Shapiro's outlook on women?
Yeah. Ben Shapiro has literally come at you for exactly this. For everything that these guys are talking about, he's come at you for exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
So Myron doesn't give a fuck. What he's saying is because Ben Shapiro has a different outlook on women and he came at Myron, he could not be considered a high value man. So what he's trying to do is make this high value man this brand, this ownership badge that if you don't follow these rules that they have in the red pill manosphere space, you don't get considered a high value man, so you don't get that branding. That's foolish. He can disagree with his points and his statements and still say, you know what, he's a high value man. He's being objective. Myron's not going outside for this nigga. Shout out to Anti-Gravity 74 with the $5 super chat. Let me just pull this up. I'm not a mega stud, but I'm definitely going to be honest. I definitely did get and will get more chicks than him, who is dumb enough to take his advice on women. Who is dumb enough to take his advice on women? His subscribers, I guess. Everybody in this manosphere red pill space that espouses advice, in my personal opinion, is not qualified to. And anybody taking their advice, good luck. You're a goddamn fool. If you need it, your life's sad. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
No, for sure. I disagree with them on as far as like the female stuff. Like, oh yeah, that like having sexual experience is like bad for you. Like he was trying to.
I would say though, I do believe that Fresh and Fit have the best manosphere dating show on the platform. They have the most close to Jerry Springer type show. I've watched Fresh and Fit from the point where they were like nobodies and they built up so fast. So I've seen the work that they put in. They've objectively put in a lot of hard work. Nobody was grinding as much as them doing that many shows with that much consistency with the investment into the infrastructure. So I see them in a different way than I see most of the red pill or manosphere content creators. Most of their ideas is ass to me to keep it a stack, especially Fresh's ideas, because Fresh is just a bandwagoner. Myron stands on his own ideas. Myron does be spitting facts sometimes too, but you know, it is what it is. Let's get back into this.
Say. But I think objectively speaking, from the things that I listed as far as what I think makes a guy high value, he has all those things. Now, he's limited on his knowledge of females for sure, right? Because I think he only got with one girl, and you know she comes from a certain type. She comes from a family, and a certain family. I don't want to say because we're on YouTube, but but I think that set her up. Yeah, cha-ching. That set her up to be.
I don't watch Fresh and Fit that often. Only when there's like a big moment. So I don't know about all the hate. I don't know all the ins and outs that some people may have been turned off to. But I did see them from the beginning. Like I seen from when they started their platform to the point that they got is my point. What I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I'm an all night, every night watcher. I don't do that. Only when I'm gonna react to it to keep it a stack.
Girl that would be to his liking. But the point I'm trying to make is I think Ben Shapiro's a high value guy, but I don't agree with his stances on women.
Same thing with Steven Crowder right now. You guys were just talking about Crowder not too long ago. Like right up until he got this divorce and all this stuff started coming out and Candace Owens and all that shit.
Guys, but I don't.
Everybody would have said.
You notice how Myron stated his stance that he said he doesn't agree with his opinions, but he still considers him a high value man, being objective. The second he said that, Rollo wanted to move on. He wanted to deflect again, going into a Crowder situation because he didn't want to get held to the fire that his opinion was dumb as fuck. Let's get back into this.
He was a high value guy until now.
I think they're high value guys like Crowder and Ben Shapiro based on what they've accomplished in life. But I don't agree with their standpoints on.
Rollo thinks that if he disagrees with them, then they can't.
That's fast.
Like, go back to fucking Twitch. Just go back to Twitch and start playing games again.
conservative
Yeah,
beliefs.
you have no fucking point. There's no point for either one of you to be
Emotional damage.
on this fucking show, quite honestly.
Dumbledore has spoken.
Because here's the thing,
There's no reason for either of you to be on this show. Is it your show? This is Fresh and Fit's podcast. They invited them. I even on my platform, I said I do not know why Destiny is in heterosexual relationship talks, but if they're gonna invite them on his platform, they're gonna invite him on their platform. It's their platform. They can do what the fuck they want to do.
traditional conservative beliefs don't necessarily work in today's sexual marketplace when it comes to dealing with women.
No, we agree, but that's the reason he thinks Ben Shapiro's not high value, because he disagreed with you on relationships.
No, what I'm saying is that well, yes, I would actually agree with that, simply because
Okay, so there's a point.
does Ben Shapiro the way what his disagreement with you
I'm sorry, y'all.
saying is that well, yes, I would actually agree with that, simply because
No, we agree, but that's the reason he thinks Ben Shapiro's not high value, because he disagreed with you on relationships.
no, what I'm saying is that well, yes, I would actually agree with that, simply because
Get him out of here! He's got no place in here! Get rid of him! Okay?
How does anybody listen to him? How does anybody listen to Rollo Tomassi? You don't think he's high value because he thinks differently about relationships than Myron. This is beyond pathetic. What do they got? What type of echo chamber do they got going over there on Rollo's channel? This is legitly some this is some cult shit. This is some cult shit. Believe what I believe or you don't qualify. This is some cult shit.
because
Okay, so there's a point.
does Ben Shapiro the way what his disagreement with you, does that then at least in some way diminish him as a high value man?
No, we can disagree. I disagree with that.
I'm asking Myron. I mean, because it's Myron who says, he's a high value guy, but like,
Describe that he disagrees with the traditional relationships.
if you're gonna look at money, if you're gonna look at money, muscles, and game, okay. In this case, it's the female aspect of what makes a high value guy, right? If he disagrees with what he's not disagreeing with me, he's disagreeing with Myron.
He just said that he's high value.
He said he's high value, but except for that one part where he's saying, you know what, I disagree with his outlook when it comes to like women and how best to go about like forming relationships or whatever, the sex, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think he's a high value guy, but I disagree with his notion on how to deal with women.
Well, he's not fucking 50. He's not fucking 50 guy or 50 women.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not. He's against that, which I think is dated. You know what I mean? Again, like I said before, I think a guy could be traditionally conservative, but I don't necessarily have to agree with someone's viewpoints on how they deal with females for me to see them as high value, because I think he accomplishes all the things that I mentioned on my list of what I think makes a guy high value.
And so what you're doing is you're saying that high value is these accomplishments, correct?
Yeah, I'm interpreting it. Yeah, that's how I interpret it. Which obviously everyone here at the panel has a different opinion.
I kind of agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Respected, accomplished.
Which is.
We don't really have a different.
I feel like our difference right now, you're pretty aligned at the table.
Yeah, with us three.
If we're gonna keep it all the way a stack, all of their descriptions of a high value man aligns. Everybody at the table. Fresh ain't keeping it. He ain't keeping it real. Fresh ain't keeping it a stack at all. He's trying to defend Rollo. Myron standing on his own principles here.
Yeah, but I mean, again, we're looking at things differently in general.
Okay.
Because you guys don't agree. I agree with his tweet if you want to become high value in the quickest amount of time.
But you can't agree with it if he doesn't even define it. You can't agree with him if you don't even know what his definition is.
He can agree with him under the pretense of his predefined definition of what a high value man is. So if he goes into it thinking this is what a high value man is in my understanding, then he can agree with the points. Although the vasectomy point is stupid, he can still agree with that. But not if Rollo doesn't define it and nobody knows what a high value man is and it's very arbitrary at that point, then you can't agree with it because you don't know what it is until he defines it for you. So it's completely illogical for him to not define it and try to act like this is some brain exercise for everybody to have this conversation. The only reason why we're having this conversation is because you got cooked, sir. You could not stand your ground on your own ideology, and you got cooked. That's the only reason why we're having this discussion, or everybody reacting to it at least. Let's get back into this.
Does he agree with it? Defined by the way he defines it.
No, but he did though. He chose what high value means to him. You're missing a point.
Thank you. Fresh is the voice of reason.
It's going over your head because you guys are thinking about 1 point vasectomy. That's it.
We weren't even on vasectomy, but that's okay. I think we come to the bottom of this.
It's common sense.
Well, Myron agrees with the tweet that I'm talking about, according to what his definition of a high value guy is. Correct?
Yeah, he knows his definition.
Yeah,
exactly.
High value men are just like people that have high value and are men. I agree. I got it.
All right, I'll hit these other ones. We got here Viking Paradigm, ignoring the context, talking over, interrupting ad hominems, goalpost shifting, claiming it's advice when it's not. It's easy to see who's trying to control their viewers and who's not, and easy to see who lost the debate here.
Hey, you're a douche nozzle. That's a douche nozzle thing to say.
Shout out Viking, man.
That's not very rational of you.
Life, love, value. Women aren't so simple. Leave these RP dudes alone in their zones to stew. Responsibility, intelligence, and discipline above all, and are talismans of happiness for most people. Enjoy life, grind, and don't glorify.
Hey, I agree.
Okay,
100%.
And then what else we got here? We got Mike Rashid. I hope y'all don't let Rollo's weird immigration comment fly by.
Immigration comment.
Immigration?
I wish I got enough for the discussion.
I wish I got enough.
You should come to the round table next week.
He's not Trump.
We didn't talk about
What am I talking about?
immigration.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. What else? Anything else?
Up to you guys. Question mark.
That was it.
John.
100%. 100%. If I wanted to learn how to become a successful man, I'd go to Rollo before going to SNEAKO or Destiny. Two grown-ass men who argue like teenage boys.
All right, so a 55-year-old guy calling us douche nozzles to someone who's like 3 times younger, that's a mature way to argue?
Damn.
If that's your idea, then okay.
Wow. Shots fired.
That's just what happened on the show.
This is a great debation.
Do you have anything to say? Like you called in.
Great
You're
debation.
just staring.
Where can they find y'all?
I mean, they know where to find. We plugged in that in the line.
Go back to Twitch. There's some advice for you. That's some real advice for you guys. You guys have no business fucking being in any of this shit right here. You're not ready to have a fucking adult conversation. Everything is.
I've seen you chatting more than any other name, and the chats I re-chat like whenever I stream, which is when I'm online, and you're in there more than me.
True.
So calling us Twitch, actually I'm banned on there. I'm on Rumble, but yeah, if you want to pull the online card, then maybe get off the internet a little bit and chatting all day. Douche nozzle.
It's a lot harder when it's not just like 22-year-old.
Yo, this is so dumb.
Podcast, huh? I'm sorry, Rollo.
No, I'll be happy to fucking debate you, dude. On any topic you want.
We are right now.
We just did.
No, you're talking about this one fucking tweet is what you're talking about.
Well, we were talking to the godfather of Red Pill trying to.
Yeah, and speaking of fucking tweets, or excuse me, speaking of fucking super chats, was that not you on whatever podcast the other night?
Yeah, I like to support people that go on to have a podcast.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for at least admitting it.
Those are the only 2 super chats I've sent in my life. If I'm watching content and I want to know if it's Red Pill or not, I just
it seems like you're watching a lot more than you think you are.
Program I've ever been on. It's insane. You should get a tax credit for like watching me.
Oh, do you have anything to say? Why are you staring like that, man?
Did he say we should get he should get a tax credit for watching him? That's not a good bar. That's like dissing yourself. So your charity should get a tax credit. Should be right. I don't get that.
Okay. I thought you'd have a rap.
No, you guys. Let's see. Here's the thing: is you guys. First of all, I've thrown out this.
Slayer in his car after the show.
First of all. This challenge. If you guys want to come to Vegas, come to Vegas. We'll sit across the table from each other.
No, build up your fucking dog shit podcast. What are you talking about? Come to Miami.
I am coming to Miami
next week.
Oh, cool.
You hope you're here next week.
You guys are so mean, man.
Yeah,
look at all
bro, I didn't even say. What do you mean we're mean? He called us douche nozzles. Oh,
Stop it. Get some help.
Did Fresh just say you guys are mean?
Emotional damage.
Fine, he's the grand wizard of Red Pill, so I can't go say anything about that. But I'm mean now because I'm calling him irrational for not having any arguments at all. Bro, I know you want to defend him because the book is here on the table, but, like, bro, that made no sense.
You guys have not read the book. You guys don't know what the fuck
I'm not reading your book, bro. You can't even define what high value man is. Why would I read a book from a guy who can't have a clear definition?
You read the book.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm fucking for the last half hour. I've been trying to explain to you this shit to you. You guys have no business being in this fucking sphere to begin with. First of all, Second of all,
Keep it forever until you're 65.
second of all, and the reason why is because you devolve into. You want to know why? Like when we talk, nobody debates anymore. You know why? Because it devolves into this middle school bullshit that both of you are. But you guys are perfect. Yes, you guys should marry each other.
You can't call this childish when you were the one who started insulting. I would just ask you a question and then you said douche nozzle.
No, that's facts. In part one, we reacted to the beginning of the interaction, and he was the first one to throw an insult. He was the first one to get emotional. He was the first one to get heated. It was all Rollo.
Now you're going to go play the maturity card?
Yeah. Now I'm going to play the maturity card.
That was a middle school argument. All right. I mean, this is not going anywhere.
Jeez, this man's getting cooked.
Debation.
Well, I mean, it's very.
How do you get cooked like that against SNEAKO and Destiny and claim you are the godfather of the red pill? That's the first time I've heard that, or him being called the godfather of the red pill. I remember they called Kevin Samuels the godfather, but I guess because they moved out of the manosphere to rebrand to the red pill, I guess he can get. I don't know, man. This shit's weird. Let's get back into this.
Very obvious that everyone here has different takes, which is great. I think that's good.
I'm not sure what his take is still.
But that's cool. It's different than ours. We know that.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Is there anything else, Chris? Or
Let's see. Nope, we're good.
all right.
All right.
Roll,
Smash
do you have
that like
anything
button.
that you want to say before we?
Say I'll be there next week.
All right, cool. Well, I think we'll have him on the 15th.
Let's do a boxing match. Just kidding.
All right. Rollo, thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks, Rollo.
Take it easy, man.
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Okay, so let's see here. We're caught up, Chris, on your end.
Bro, that's a goofy Godfather, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, like that shit was goofy.
Careful.
You can't. I know you really want to defend him, and mine right now. I know you're probably like,
No, it's not that. We all have different takes on it, which is fine.
Okay, but he did get triggered immediately. For someone who called himself the rational man, that was no rational arguments were made. He got emotional. He got triggered immediately. He started cursing. That was not like an example of good masculinity.
What do you do?
I tried to engage and I asked him specific questions.
I mean,
You also made
When did I insult him?
insults multiple times.
Yeah, but it was after he start. If he's gonna start, of course you're gonna follow up. Right?
Facts.
Well, you attacked him. the
That's
prior
facts.
show, so
No, you got to give Zestiny the points there. It's facts. You can't insult somebody else and then when they insult you, oh, you're being childish. It's like, no, you insulted first. You gotta accept the insults. People aren't just gonna get bullied on air and spoken to a disrespectful way without disrespecting back. Who raised y'all niggas? Making Rollo the goddamn victim because he got cooked. He couldn't stand on his own ideology. He tried to make it some ambiguous thing. Massive trannyisms displayed. Y'all hit the like button. We got a lot more on the way. Not related to Fresh and Fit, though, but we going to get into some next shit, y'all.
to be
Did
fair,
I?
Pretty sure.
you did
What'd I say?
say that his comments were like asinine. They didn't make sense. Why
That's
would,
not insulting. That's going at his advice. I'm
Yep.
talking about his argument.
and then you said the man that made the comments is.
Do y'all listen to the way y'all talk to the women on your panel? How Myron called this older woman a moron and she left the show the other night? You called their ideas idiotic and all that stuff, but y'all don't see that as disrespectful. But when men get challenged that way, oh, y'all are so rude. Y'all are mean. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, grow some nuts, nigga. What the fuck is this? Pause.
I'm just saying, look, ultimately, we both did the same thing.
That's not
If you
true.
think about it.
That's just not true,
Talking
bro.
shit about somebody's arguments is a lot less serious.
Then calling you a douche nozzle. I didn't call him a douche nozzle.
Come on, you got me. It was kind of funny.
Douche nozzle.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't tolerate that type of disrespect, but you know.
All right.
Where can they find you?
Rumble.com/SNEAKO. You already know.
YouTube.com, Instagram.com/Destiny.
And y'all are gonna stick around for the after hours, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
So yeah, I think the girls are here. So we're gonna be back here with some girls, guys, have a discussion. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel.
We
Go check
don't
out
care.
Rollo.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
The selfishness.
All right, so what do we have here? We got the second part of the show. I should have made this a part of the thumbnail or something to integrate this better. But we have a whole heap of other shit to cover now. We taking all sorts of looks into the manosphere. We examining what's going on here. Hold on, y'all. Let me do something for anybody that wants to call up into the show, debate anything, speak their mind, make it a panel show. Who knows? Let me just throw this in the chat and let's get to this. All right, so Carol Boss, whatever her name is, she is a panelist on the Lapeef Let's Talk show, and this recently came out because a lot of people's cards have been getting pulled and people want to know who the fuck is who and who's giving advice on these platforms and who they're listening to. Hold on, struggling out this bitch. She called in on one of Kevin Samuel's show for advice. So she's a panelist on the Lapeef Let's Talk show. She's giving advice to people. She's speaking her mind on these topics, but she was also a person to call in and get advice from Kevin Samuels, and she may have been labeled a modern woman back in these days. So let's get into this. No shots at Carol Boss, but this is what's going on right now. I don't know anything about her on the panel, but this is coming up, and people sent me this, so we got to look into this.
Women today is what we're talking about. Self-love is turned into selfishness. It's turned into self-aggrandizement. Hello? How are you? Huh?
This whole topic, Kevin. I gotta address something.
Whoa. You've already been on once, right?
Okay, so I'm a size 16.
Hold on. You've already been on. Just a second. Let me get to the other lady.
All right, you ready?
How old are you, ma'am?
I am turning 35 on Monday.
All right. So, are you single or are you married?
I am single.
Any children?
Yes, I have a daughter and she's 4.
All right. So, what kind
So this is her right here on the split screen.
of relationship are you looking for, if any?
Yeah, I'm not looking for a relationship right now.
You're 34, 35?
I'm 35, basically.
Okay. So, when you're 55 years old, what do you want your social life to look like?
Well, at 55, I believe I'll be married for sure. Since right now, I don't want a relationship.
Were your parents married?
Are my parents married?
Were they married? Huh?
So what she said is by 55, she would picture herself married, but right now she don't got no time for a relationship.
Jesus Christ. I got married. They've been married for like 45 years.
And so, how you plan on getting married?
Well, I'm trying to get back in dating scene. Currently, I'm not like wanting to be in a relationship right now. I just feel like I need to focus on myself. So I got on the topic because you were saying like women doing self-love and self-care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous.
That's okay.
Being, like selfish, you know.
Myself a little bit.
And I feel like I am selfish right now.
It is selfish. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, it's selfish in the sense that you have a child. And life is about more than just self. That's what it comes. I mean, life is about people, and all this self. See, what women tend to not focus on is it's not just like a switch you can turn on and off.
I feel like I do that.
Well, but no, you don't. Well, see, here's what it is right now. You don't know because you're not out there. But let's say, just like so many women were told, there's so many women were told to go to college, get a degree, and then when you get ready to have a relationship, go find a man. That ain't working because it's not that simple. Of course, but all the stuff you got your master's for is what? What did you do all that for? All right. Okay, that's fine. You could be educated and know what's going on out here.
Yeah.
But what was the end goal of getting all that education?
Absolutely nothing. I'm not doing anything in my degree. I mean, I have an MBA.
Just like a woman.
So yes, I am in business and I do business things, but I'm like not excelling in this field. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like my degree was like.
So so the way men listen, the way men hear that. Hold on. The way men hear that is it was a waste of time.
It's a possibility, but it wasn't really like taking up all my time when I was.
Okay. Oh, it's still. You ladies, y'all don't understand how we look at things, and this is why when I tell you, you say I want to be married by 55. Okay.
I feel like I will be married by 55.
You can't even let me finish the conversation. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, we moved on from that fresh and fit conversation. That's earlier in the reaction. But what up, yo, fam? You said instead of encouraging men to get a vasectomy, why not tell them to be responsible and protect their seeds? A common theme we see in the manosphere red pill space is put all the accountability and onus on women, and men leave them unchallenged and they can do whatever the fuck they want, because that's pretty much what it is. It's, oh, get a vasectomy because you're a goddamn idiot and you have no control and you're just going to be running around fucking all these chicks. So no personal agency, no personal accountability except the vasectomy. That's the way to be accountable. Not pull out, not use a condom, not have dick discipline, none of that shit. It's just straight vasectomy because you're incapable of any type of self-agency or accountability. So let's get back into this.
When you're married by 55, there's a dog and a tombstone in your future.
What? Oh, I don't like dogs.
Well, buy a cat, man, because a man damn sure ain't in it.
So I paused this at a terrible time. Let me rewind this a little bit.
You're married by 55, there's a...
Hold on.
I feel like I will be married by 55.
You can't even let me finish the conversation. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. You're gonna be married by 55, there's a dog and a tombstone in your future.
What? Oh, I don't like dogs.
Well, buy a cat, man, because a man damn sure ain't in it, man, because I want you to understand that you can be right, but I'm going to tell you, I talk to women every night, and I'm saying that I know the men that you ladies are going to have to deal with. And they look at women who go to school to get their masters, and all men are saying is, you know, when women say you need a man on your level, gentlemen, start asking them what their net worth is.
Who does that?
Trust me, plenty of women do that. Plenty of women do it. Maybe not you, eat the meats without the bones. It doesn't matter if it's not you. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, ma'am, what makes you so confident that when you decide you're ready for a relationship, that you're going to, how long do you think it'll take you to find a husband when you decide you're ready?
Well, I would say I feel like it's a 5-year process at least. Like, it should be within 5 years.
Within 5 years of meeting somebody?
Based on the relationship, you just never know. But I'm saying for sure, like a guarantee, I say it would be at least 5 years that you say, I found this guy, we've been knowing each other this 5 years, and we could get married between this time.
So it's going to take at least 5 years after you find somebody.
Not find somebody, actually just get married.
Right.
I feel like I can find somebody. I feel like I can find somebody.
So if you found somebody, so let's say, listen what I'm asking. I'm sure I'm hearing what you hear. Let's just say today for sake of argument, okay? Let's just say today for the sake of argument. Let's just say today you were ready to be in a relationship. And if you found somebody tomorrow, how long do you think it would take you before you were married to the person you're ready to be with and you found them tomorrow?
I would say to be married for 5 years.
All right. So this is why you won't be married. Because number one, ain't no man worth marrying gonna wait no damn 5 years to marry no older woman. Number one, ma'am. 5 years is ridiculously long time to be dealing with somebody and not married.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Now, this is a bad look for these simple reasons. She called into Kevin Samuel's show about 1.5 years ago, basically being outlined as the problem with the community. This is the woman. This show is about women being selfish, and she's talking about being married at 55, having a 5-year plan for marriage after being single with a child at 35, and she's on the Lapeef platform right now, actively giving her opinion on these topics and pretty much giving advice along with everybody else on these panels. A lot of the time, These people get on airways and think their word means something, as they're like the arbiter of truth. Oh, I have more cachet than you. I'm on these shows, these talk shows, espousing this rhetoric. And people hold on to that dearly and act like what they say actually has some weight. But when you're on this show calling in as the problem, and then you're going to be on other shows speaking as the solution, we got to make some goddamn sense out here. Now, no disrespect to her personally, because I don't know her. No disrespect to Lapeef, but I don't know if he did his homework to understand who's on his panels giving out perspectives. Because if y'all are under the guise of y'all are community building, y'all are building things the right way, you can't have the problem selling the solutions. It doesn't work. And y'all are in direct competition with Anton Daniels right now because he's trying to come at y'all throats to try to get that Thursday slot. So y'all got to do a bit better.
See, this is why I want you to, and this is this self-love stuff, because self-love puts you ladies in what I call your queen energy, where y'all don't take in new information. Y'all think y'all know everything. And what you can make is debt and babies. But you can't make relationships and marriages. You can't make families. You can't make communities. Y'all can make talking points and memes. So 5 years, you're 35, and you say, I'll be married by 55, it's going to take you 5 years from the day you meet a person that is ready to be married. Why does it need to be 5 years if you're ready to be?
It could be anything. There's so many possibilities.
See, thank you. You can't make it up. It's so many possibilities. It's infinite. We're all special snowflakes, guys. This is why I tell women, why do you know? Because I listen. Yellow, it's the same pattern. It's the same pattern. It's just stuck in a loop. The possibilities are infinite. It's always possible. My truth, my this, my that. You can't define me. I know what I'm manifesting. It's just gobbledygook. It's voodoo. It's the same shit, different woman.
Now, we're going to get into that shortly with the Anton and Lapeef thing. He's acting like he's doing this passive-aggressive hoe-ass shit. Oh, it's not beef. It ain't a situation. But everything he's doing is indicative of somebody that's trying to take out that slot and trying to destroy that brand. With your own panel shows, talking to Sue Ann, who is on that Ready to Love show, creating some shit for the Thursdays, calling into Fatty's stream to try to give Fatty advice after you called Fatty a rat and a snake. Anton is on some hoe shit. We're going to react to that shortly. This should have been its own show with its own title because that would have drawn in a bunch of people, but we're going to cut this into a clip and we're going to put this out, but let's get back into this.
It'll work in 5 years. So you'll have so your kid will be 5. Somebody's going to marry a single mother and wait 5 years. Will they get any more kids?
I wouldn't mind having a son. But it just depends on the time and my age as well.
Do you want to have the child before or after marriage?
Honestly, it just depends on the person I'm with and the relationship that we have.
Okay, let me ask a really serious question, okay? Do you feel like women should have a level of seriousness, structure, foresight, and planning in how they live their life?
Yes.
At what age do you think that should start?
Where they're actually knowing where they're going and knowing what they want to do.
At what age do you think that should start?
I feel like you should definitely be doing that by 25 or 27.
Have you started that?
As far as like relationship, no.
Okay, that's what I meant. Man, when I said all that stuff, that's what I said. That's all that's in relationships.
Oh, okay. Right now,
No. So you're 35. You haven't put any structure, foresight, planning. Or when do you plan on starting?
Yeah.
So I want folks to understand why I don't tend to date women over 35. And I'll tell you why. It's because that doesn't mean you're bad people.
Now, when Kevin Samuels was found dead in his condominium or his apartment or whatever it was, he was found with a girl that was 34, 33 years of age. He was telling the truth. He does not deal with girls that are over 35.
It's just don't tend to date women over 35.
R.I.P. Not disrespecting. We're just saying.
And I'll tell you why. It's because it's, and it doesn't mean you're bad people. It's just, you're either too out there, you resist structure planning. It's just go with the flow. And what it really comes down to, a lot of you ladies are driven by fear. Because if you really trusted something was going to work and be good for you, you wouldn't wait 5 years to do it.
This is a fact. Honestly, if something outstanding happened in my life and it happened, I would definitely jump on board and all the rules would be gone.
Well, that's what I wanted you guys. That's why I played the Diane Carroll video. It is up to you, not up to somebody to fix that. That's why Diane Carroll was so important to lead up. Remember, 4 marriages? And she said, the reason I have to get comfortable living alone at this age is because I'm difficult. I'm difficult to live with because I'm a difficult person. You didn't see the video. And she said basically, you know what? It's me to make myself happy, not somebody else. So man, with all this stuff you talked about right now, 35, marriage by 55, it's a nice, it's a dream. I want you to understand, this may sting a little bit, man, but a 35-year-old woman, y'all sound like 14-year-olds. But what if you're almost 40, you're closer to 40 than you are to 30. And y'all talk like y'all are young girls. You're somebody's whole mother. What if I get married by 40? My daughter, when she was in high school, they talk like that. And you have a son?
No, I don't. I have a daughter. She's 4.
Okay. When your daughter, what are you going to teach your daughter a man's purpose in her life is?
I would say definitely to protect her and secure her and preserve her as well.
What are you going to teach your daughter her purpose in a man's life is?
To be loving and nurturing and building a family.
How are you going to demonstrate both of these things to your daughter?
That's what I'm going to work on. I just haven't put too much effort in it.
At what age do you think your daughter starts looking for these things?
Oh, I feel like it would be happening honestly right now even.
Right. So if that's the case, listen, ma'am, this is why I said this self-love is so selfish. Because your daughter's looking for the things you said you're going to teach her right now. But you ain't the least bit worried about them right now. So that means you can't teach her. You can't demonstrate it because you're worried about yourself. You focused on yourself. So by extension, you're not teaching your daughter what her purpose is in a man's life and a man's purpose is in her life. See how that works? So when I said self-love is not good for the kid, because you have a whole child. All right, well, hope this helped to the audience. I appreciate it. Have a good one. So
now this did help because this framed something in the audience's mind now, because these are the people who are on these panels giving advice to the public, weighing in on all these discussions, giving their point of view like they have the answers. Meanwhile, they're the problem getting investigated on this channel. It's not a good look at all for Carol Boss to have this out and being on Kevin Samuels. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's get back into this.
And see, the thing is, I'm not supposed to say that, but it's like, when do y'all start worrying about anybody? It's like me. That's, the memes are out here. It's strong.
Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com. Is that you on the back?
Yeah, that's me.
Jesus Christ, Anton.
Just tapping in real quick.
What's...
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, so what we have here is Team Fatty's channel. Team Fatty he's doing well. He has for 2 months now. He's been on YouTube and he's putting out a lot of content. He's been on a lot of panels. Y'all seen him on Tommy's channel debate me in some sort of fashion. He has been called a rat and a snake by Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels is on his channel calling Fatty a rat and a snake. But he also called into Fatty's channel to give him advice. You're calling him a rat and a snake, and you call in his channel?
Stop it. Get some help.
To give him advice because you see that he's blowing up and he's doing a lot better on YouTube, and you want to see him achieve the things that you achieved? This is he's trying to little boy him. He's trying to big bro him. Oh, let me give you some advice. Let me put you under my wing after disrespecting you on my platform, calling you a rat and a snake. This is bizarre. This is some hoe ass shit. This is what I'm talking about. This is that fake shit. He thinks, oh, this is a business. There's no permanent enemies and friends in business, blah, blah, blah. But yet you move like a fraud. You move like an absolute fake. You can't be out here with this fugazi ass fuck shit, calling someone a rat and a snake, and then coming on their platform and saying, oh, I wish the best for you. Something that is not going to be seen as much as you calling him a rat and a snake on your platform. But you really want the best for him? You really want success for him? Let's get into the advice that he gives him.
I'm chilling. Just I like what you're doing. I like what you got going on. I think you're incredibly entertaining. But this is the only thing that I wanted to say. I just wanted to drop in and give you a little bit of game. Hopefully. Maybe.
Stop the cap.
Give him a little bit of game. So you see how he automatically puts himself above Fatty. Let me give you a little bit of game because I've been doing YouTube for so long and I have these large channels, and when I try to give game to Pearl, I'm gonna be so humble about it. Y'all heard him say give the advice to Pearl. He gave advice to Pearl and he's like, oh, I just hope that it actually did something to Pearl because she gave me some meaningful advice and she put me on some game and she's superior and blah, blah, blah. But every nigga or any black woman around, oh, let me put you on some game. I know better than you. I'm big bro in you. Let me call into your platform and big bro you after I shitted on you on my platform. This is some whole shit. Let's get into this.
You know, take it for what it is or whatever. If you really want to grow in this space, you gotta mix it up with more than just the stuff that only the small amount of YouTube people think is entertaining.
All right, that is a double buzzer. I'm gonna play it once, but that is for two things. That is for his comments just now and for what I said about Fatty being on the platform for 2 months. He says his channel joined in 2011. I think he maybe only put out content on his channel for the past 2 months. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, for the past 2 months, yeah. Unless he deleted videos, I'm not sure. Let's see. I want to be correct with my rhetoric. I don't want to be just out here just spewing fabrications. Yeah, 2 months. We go back 2 months, and that's all we see on his platform. So 2 months. He's been on many platforms. He's on Lapeef's network. He's on Anton's platforms as well. Anton's trying to pigeonhole him to be. Let's get into this, man. Hold on. Let's get to the facts, and let's speak on that after.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, if I think that, you know, it's literally 9 billion people on this earth. And so when you think about that, you know, I think that doing stuff that is entertaining for, I don't know, let's say, for example, Jay Prince, right? Jay Prince is, that's cool. Like, it's funny and all of that in a general sense. But then if you really want to grow the channel, which is, you know, the goal,
he's also here caping for Jay Prince. Jay Prince is an absolute idiot that's on Anton's panels. He's one of those, I think we reacted to him calling in on Jason Black's show trying to get some clout for Anton's show. That guy's an absolute idiot. He gets on these panels and spews the dumbest things humanly possible. And he's coming up here caping for him because Jay Prince went at Fatty. I don't know. There's some nonsense going on with them. I'm not too privy about I'm not too privy on their beef. I don't know the details. I don't know the insides, so I'm not going to even speak on it. But Jay Prince is an idiot, and it seems like Anton's here to defend him.
For you being on YouTube with more than just the entertainment, I think that you need to tap into more than just this audience and expand your reach beyond, you know, whatever it is relevant with Jay Prince or whatever like that.
Now this is Anton trying to big boy Fatty in front of his audience to diminish what he does. Oh, you're only doing this little bullshit with Jay Prince and the things that are relevant to the Anton Daniels brand and the Lapeef brand. Although Fatty speaks on a whole bunch of other things, he may put those other people in the title to drag in the audience from a niche. You're trying to lead the man astray. Of course, everybody knows you got to diversify and speak about a range of topics to get a larger range of audience. Everybody knows that. But YouTube is built on the niches. If you're in a niche, you grow a lot faster than somebody that just covers everything arbitrarily. So he's growing. He's doing the right thing. Don't try to lead the nigga astray by coming and giving him advice after you call him a rat and a snake. I don't know why people, like, they were, like, perplexed. And they're like, oh, why can't you just take the good advice, Fatty? We're going to see that shortly. But it's like somebody that calls you a rat and a snake. What type of intentions do they have for you? And fakes like him can't see through such simple concepts like that. How do you give someone advice and expect them to receive it not knowing if they have your best interest at heart at all because you call them a rat and a snake, even if the advice is good? So you can give someone good advice and be like, okay, I'm not going to take the advice now because this guy, he doesn't have good intentions for me, although it may be the right answer. So at this point, you shouldn't even entertain a dumbass nigga like Anton. Fatty shouldn't have let him call in, but it's his channel. He can do what he wants to do. But then you're going to be led astray. You don't want to second guess the advice because of who it came from, even though it could be solid. But you don't want to take advice from somebody because of who it came from. And this nigga's calling you a rat and a snake. He put you in a conundrum. Let's get into this.
You know what I'm saying? And these is conversations that even me and the lead attorney have behind the scenes a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? We always trying to figure out how we can grow. We're trying to figure out how to evolve. And I think that you're entertaining enough and you're one of the unique people that can possibly grow beyond just, you know what I'm saying, or whatever is relevant amongst the high school at the time.
Let me ask you something real quick.
Okay.
Let me pick your brain. This is my plan. I will establish a strong fan base among the Lapeefers and the Anton Daniels and the Fight Club, so I can guarantee I have 300 people watching my show and get to Aaron level. I will expand that and talk about things.
You see that? He knows exactly what he's doing.
Things outside of the realm to get 500 people and up like Angry Man. And as soon as I have that fan base established, I will start to do shorts and start to do world events like you do on the Millionaire.
No, I don't recommend shorts for anybody. Shorts is how you kill your channel. Shorts is how you inflate your channel with fugazi ass stats. You get more subscribers, you get all these views, but you get nothing for shorts basically. Of course, they added shorts monetization, but comparatively to another video, a long form video, the shorts don't pay you much. It establishes your brand, allows you to get more subscribers, and those subscribers end up being dead subscribers. That's why people always question Pearl and the Angry Man's engagement and views. They're like, how does Pearl and the Angry Man have so much subscribers and such little views? A lot of their subscribers are from shorts, and if you want to kill your channel, get your subscribers from shorts. But everything else with the Lapeef thing, that's a good plan. This is my opinion. I'm not the arbiter of
Morning
truth.
show with news, etc., to get to your level, the Millionaire Morning Show, and get a full-blown people outside of this space instead of just the Lapeefers, AntonDaniels.com, and all that. What do you think?
I think that you can do both.
Yeah, I'm going to do both.
But I don't think that you need to only do the way that you're doing it first in order to continue to win.
Yeah, but it's by phases, right?
No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. You evolving and expanding the channel don't have to be just based off of
this space.
Well, these are the segment of people that I want to reach, and these are the segment of people that I want to reach. I don't think you should limit yourself to any segment of people. Your fan base is the people that's gonna find you and find you entertainment and want to rock with you in general.
I agree. Right now, I'm a Lapeef Anton Daniels subcontractor. I'm one of the Charella is when find the Lapeef leaves, right? I'm one of those leaves, right? As soon as I start to consolidate power, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get people from the general public. I understand right now I'm doing a lot of Anton, Lepif, Cruise Season, Queen.
Now, I've seen a lot of y'all consistently in this chat or consistently watching from the beginning to now. The numbers haven't really dropped. They've kind of went up, which means there should be a lot more likes if y'all are watching for this period of time. So y'all can get the likes up right now. Yeah, we booing you. We booing the fans. Let's get these likes up. This shit's looking dusty. I've been streaming for a long time. Let's see some likes get added to the total. Make sure there's no ghost watchers and haters just here just watching the hate. Pick apart some things that they can go to their channel later with. Nah, we got to get these likes up. We got to know that we're being supported out here. How long has this stream been? We've been on since what? Nah, that's cap. 5:30. For real? It's been that long? Yeah, 1:45. Yep. We stalling. Get them likes up, y'all. I'm not going back into it this time. Usually I like stall for like 10 seconds and I'm polite to y'all. Nah, we waiting. We are waiting. Let's get these likes up, y'all. There was technical difficulties earlier. Okay, so because there was technical difficulties earlier, you think that you could just watch this shit and not hit the like button?
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
I don't care if there was technical difficulties earlier. You're sitting here watching it now, nigga. Get these goddamn likes up, or you go watch this on Team Fatty's channel with no goddamn commentary. I ain't simping for y'all in the audience. Get these goddamn likes up. Keeping it dusty? Nah, man. You did earlier, so what's the back talk then? If you did earlier, why even say that comment? You just want to be heard, nigga? You just want to be engaged with? The fuck is wrong with these niggas? At least 70, y'all. We not moving forward. I am holding it up. I don't give a fuck, y'all. Y'all can be as mad at me as y'all want. We don't care. We holding the show up. Let's get to 70 at least. Who is this? Gifted? What is this? A gifted membership? Cull Obsidian Plays. Shout out to you. Latasha Jordan was gifted a membership. Lit. We at 70 yet? Nah, we gonna wait. All right, we're there. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that got it to 70 at least. Hold on, y'all. You did it, guys. All right, let's get back into it.
Shiba, all of that, but I'm on my man too. One thing at a time. Now I guarantee that I have 200 people every show. After I get that for sure, now we go to upper places to try to be the big dogs on this place, the Anton Daniels, the Angry Mans, and all that.
Now, Team Fatty built like most of the girls built in the manosphere. Most of the girls in the manosphere went from channel to channel, did the panel things, and then went to their channel, so they didn't have to do the baseline ground up work being a no-name brand on the platform. It's get in with your community, and you can start off with a higher floor. I do not begrudge any of the women for doing it. We have not seen many of the men successfully pull it off. We've seen a lot of the men start their own channel and then get integrated with panels. But Fatty's doing it. It's working. It's successful for him. This is what the community is all about. Community supports community. You cannot begrudge anybody for not building the exact same way you did. It is what it is. It is using the community to your advantage. And a lot of people want to shit on the black community and say, what community? But meanwhile, they're actively taking part in getting the benefits off of the communities on YouTube. It makes no sense when people try to act like there's no community supporting each other. Meanwhile, there's all these random people supporting you. What for? What for? Is it because you're so special, or is it because you are a part of a community where it's unspoken? Let's get back into this.
That's totally fair. I agree with you. I'm just.
I don't even think that. I'll kick it with you on a back channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to give too much information publicly or nothing like that. But I just wanted to give you a little bit.
Then why did you call in 5 minutes into a show? This was literally the beginning of his show. He played this intro music for his 10 minutes or whatever it was. And then 5 minutes into the show, Anton Daniels called and he wants to say, oh, we can talk about this behind air. Why did you call and interrupt the show when he just began the show? Yeah, and everybody's talking about Tommy. What's going on in the comment section? Everybody talking about the Kevin Tommy thing?
Just my observation. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Just
fine.
watching
I
it
agree.
in a general sense. I just think that, is more ways to be successful than what it is that we see a lot of other people are doing. I think that it's a bigger slice of the pie that a lot of people haven't even tapped into. I'll give you an example. Your audience.
Why couldn't you do this all off air? If you wanted to get into any more details and you didn't want to come across like a fraud, a two-faced fraud coming to try to big bro another content creator, if you didn't want to come across like that, then why didn't you just call him off air like he alluded to earlier? He doesn't want to go into certain details because he wants to talk off air. This all could have been done off air.
Your fan base may not even necessarily be like the overwhelming majority of the people that will probably, that where your growth is may not necessarily even be, it may not even be an English speaking audience.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
true.
but I agree. I see what you do on the Millionaire Morning Show. People that donate have nothing to do with this place. I see Destiny, for example. I see bigger channels. I understand you have to grow outside of your bubble of comfort. The thing is, 2 months. I know it's very fast, and I'm going to very fast. Only have 2 months.
2 months and he's already commanding crowds with 200 to 300 people consistently watching his stream. Why? Because he already outlined his strategy. He has all the people from your channel and Lapeef constantly over there creating a nice floor for him to stream all the time. So he always has that consistent fan base watching. I have 115 people watching right now on a larger platform than him. I have 4 times the subscribers, but I didn't build the same way. I built on varying topics. So some topics might have 1,000 people watching a live stream. Some might have 20. I didn't build the same way. I didn't build off of the live show, our live stream. I built off of making a live show and it got the replays after the stream. Like a lot of people rewatch my streams after the stream's done and not a lot of people get that. A lot of people kind of get the crowd while it's live, but nobody really watches after the stream's done because they don't format their show into a watchable, you know what I'm talking about, man. Let's get back into this.
Give me a little time.
Don't go by time frame. Don't go by the time limit though. You know what I'm saying?
I won't.
Like,
Hey, Fatty, can I ask Anton a question real quick? I just want to real quick, and then I'll let you guys get back to
If
it.
he's willing to answer, go ahead.
Darren P says, I listen to your restreams when I'm at work. This is the goal. This is why I did it differently. Because I know you get paid a lot more if you are on a live stream and you have a bunch of people watching, like say you have 500-600 people watching, you're more likely to get super chats. But I don't want to sit up here begging for super chats 24/7 saying, oh, they hit the super chat, hit the cash app. It feels dusty. I'm not going to lie. It's a part of the job description, but it feels dusty. So I'd rather get restreams. I'd rather stream with less people watching actively and then people restream it because you get more money that way. Your video gets a chance to get monetized and you make more money that way. But everybody has their own different strategy. As long as you get into the money.
Are you giving Fatty advice right now, or like is it just like a from a YouTuber to YouTuber advice type of thing, or?
Yeah, I don't have any vested interest of whether he's successful or whether he's not successful. I just thought I'd give him some game based off of, because I see the pattern. You know what I'm saying? And him being what.
Shout out to I guess that's Wilson's4 with the $10 super sticker. Shout out to you. The next comment you say, I will read it because you didn't say a comment in the super chat, but shout out to you.
Whatever it is that he's going to be it doesn't have any relevance to me at all. Like, it doesn't affect me one way or another, right? So if I like what it is that him being whatever it is that he's going to be it doesn't have any relevance to me at all. Like, it doesn't affect me one way or another, right? So if I like what it is that he's doing,
Wait, you said what he's doing has no relevance to you? I think he should have worded that better because that sounds demeaning. It has no bearings on what you're doing. Relevance, it's like if it has no relevance, then why are you calling into the show?
and and somebody in real life. We was sitting there and we was chilling. We was riding in the car, and it was like, "Oh man, his voice is so funny. I like I like his accent or whatever." And that was one of the reasons why I'm like, yeah, he is a little bit more unique. And so, I felt like it would be cool to just kind of give him a little bit of insight. Like it ain't gonna hurt me.
I'm typically the person that asks all the favorite people the more tougher questions here. So I don't know if you don't mind. You don't have to answer or not. That's cool. But previously you called Ratty. I said Ratty. You called Fatty a rat and a snake.
A snake.
Mm-hmm.
So the obvious question I feel like everyone in the chat's asking, this is the guy that was a rat and a snake and was just up to no good, up to be tearing people down and deceiving people, but now
That's exactly my point. He's a rat, he's a snake, he's tearing people down, he's deceiving people. You said that, but you're calling into his platform.
Get him out of here! He's got no place in here! Get rid of him! Okay.
This girl right here is also somebody that's on Anton's panels. So he opened up his call log and Anton Defender called in as well. So let's get into this.
You're giving this guy game because why?
Because he's a businessman, Black Don. He's a businessman.
I don't plan on ever doing business with Fatty. Right?
Come on, Anton. I'm not going to get the death row record like if I blow up. Come on, man.
Well, my plan on ever doing business with Fatty.
Stop the cap.
You don't plan on ever doing business with Fatty. Why did you call into his show? Why is he on your panels and you agree by the end of this conversation to have him on your panels and Lapeef's panels, but you don't plan on doing business with him? So what is this? This is not business? This is a phone conversation that's not on air for everybody to consume? I don't understand this. Are you not calling this? How does he not consider this business? Are you guys, nobody's getting paid over there for those panels? Is that why it's not business? Like, what's going on here?
Right?
Come on, Anton. I'm not going to get the death row record like if I blow up. Come on, man.
Well, my thing is, I'm not really looking to do business with anybody.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Now, if that were true, because he's capping.
Stop the cap.
He's capping. He was just trying to do business with Sue Ann from Ready to Love. He was just on his platform talking to her, talking about, oh, we can be doing the Thursday show. How much times you do it? She said she did it bi-weekly. And he's like, nah, we can be doing this weekly. We can be doing some business. He told her he loved her and some weird next shit. Anton's just a weirdo, all right? This nigga's weird. Let's get back into this.
Like outside of the people that I already am rocking with now. Like my whole model by which I'm going to be operating on YouTube is just changing in general, right? So that don't have no relevance. I mean, Fatty.
Stop the cap.
This is also the nigga that said he's retired from panels. He's not doing panels ever again. What do you see on this channel right now? A 4-person panel, including Anton. You don't do panels anymore, right?
Popped up on Q's show that was on my channel. And that was by his own choice. Like, that don't have nothing to do with it. And how I personally feel about how Fatty operated in the past don't have nothing to do with whether or not a person is entertaining or not.
So
that don't have nothing to do with nothing. I mean, realistically, I mean, he could take the advice or he can not take the advice.
No, I understand you. You think I'm boxing myself into the Lapeef thing, and it's a good advice. I'm just saying, for me to be released, like it's like a rocket shooting to the space, right? For him to release himself for the gravity, he has to have those massive full tanks. So then he takes the full tank, the fuel tanks, and he goes to space. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
I have a question.
One second. You are totally right. And Anthony, if you are doing the Thursday show, I want to be involved on it. So don't forget about me.
Well, let me just wrap.
I have a question.
Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Black Dawn.
Yeah. So I guess the next question is, and this is what Fatty said: Are you a businessman or are you like a moral person, right? Because I see this a lot where you kind of flip off to the businessman mode, and then you have another mode to where like you stand on certain like principles or certain things that you say. So it's kind of confusing sometimes whenever I hear you talk. It's like,
Here.
oh, this is just, you being a businessman.
Let me solve it for you. It's confusing and it seems very convoluted. Why? Because he's a fucking fraud. That's why. The man's fake as shit. That's why it seems all confusing. That's why it's incongruent and it's not adding up. That's what happens when a nigga's a fraud.
And I get that. I have no beef with like.
I don't understand why you can't do both. The things that you do and the people that you help in real life, and then the way in which you operate on your job. Are you a businessman or are you a moral person?
I am a businessman.
So you're not moral also when you go home, when you...
Yeah, but like, when you're with Fatty, I mean, I don't think this is like a moral thing, is it? This is just somebody you see on the internet, right?
Because I'm giving somebody some advice on, because I find them to be entertaining and I think that they can grow. What do that got to do with being moral?
You called him a rat and a snake. How was anybody supposed to trust your intentions with the advice when you call a man a rat and a snake? You could be trying to derail him with the advice. And you could be giving him good advice, but you're fucking him up and disabling him from taking it because it's coming from your fake ass. So all of this shit is disingenuous. You could have just left him alone and watched him rock out himself, and if you want to see him do better, you'll just see him do better. This whole big bro type shit you're trying to implore on him, like, oh, I'm just giving him advice. Like, I know what's best for him and his platform. This is more Anton trying to be that guy. You're not him. Sit down, bitch, nigga. Let's get back into it.
No, but what I'm saying is
thing
like
is-
a person, like if I find someone that's a rat and a snake and is up to no good, I'm not going to be morally around that person whatsoever. I think that's...
Are we hanging out in real life or something?
No, but
You could just try to give that person advice so they don't.
The man said, are we hanging out in real life or something? Okay, so it's the internet. We could just be fake anytime we want to be. I don't know this person in real life, so I'm going to call him a rat and a whatever, a snake, but I'm going to give him advice and be friends with him too. What kind of fake fraudery is this? Goddamn.
No longer have to be a snake or a rat.
Listen, if I just... Look, anybody that's listening to this can take the advice. I'm talking to Fatty and I'm using him as an example. But anybody that's listening, if they want to take it and they want to leverage that advice in order to be successful, then they can. That's up to them.
The thing is, you're making it sound like he has to do it that way. So he has a plan. He told you his plan.
I don't think he came up that way.
No,
I
he's giving
understand
advice.
that, but I'm just explaining the way that I heard it. So
Sure,
the way that I heard it sounded like
Yep.
when he said he understood what you were saying, but he has a plan. He explained
Yep.
his plan. He's telling you he has a plan, even if it's not the same way as you. He can
Yep.
still be successful. He can still be successful in his own.
I
route,
agree.
from his
I
own
agree with
way,
the plan.
but he
By the way,
has-
I agree with the plan. I'm not fighting.
I think most people are wise enough to take what they want to take out of a conversation or advice and use it or not use it. That's up to them. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't know why people make it weird. Like,
All due respect, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear that.
You said you make it weird. You're the one that, this is no accountability. You're the one that made it weird by calling him a rat and a snake. He will definitely be able to make the distinction if it's good advice, whether or not it's coming from you. He'll be able to make that distinction, which he seems like he's already been able to do. But nonetheless, it looks funny coming from you. And if people say that, they ain't wrong. They right.
it's advice. Either you can take it or you don't.
I have a question for Patty.
One second. Hey, Fatty, let me be honest with you, bro.
Go ahead, Sean.
I think you and Anton are the creators up here, bro. Y'all should be having a conversation. All these ancillary opinions, bro. Nah, you can't.
We mean nothing.
Y'all,
Our opinions mean nothing.
All these goofy questions that aren't about anything. This shit is unnecessary. Black Dawn, respectfully, this ain't the time for that.
You don't have to down other people to up other people.
One second, guys. Before I go,
this ain't the time for that type of shit, bro.
One second, Sean.
This man is giving him game, whether he uses it or not. What you're asking is counterproductive.
Well, let me just add something in this.
Now, what this guy said is what Black Don did and said is counterproductive. It's not at all. You got to see where this guy's coming from. You can't just be... I think these guys are so socially inept. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes it's like the blind spots and some of the comments that these guys say and the way they expect people to just get on. Oh, let's just get on logically. Just it's not emotionally. It's like, are you that socially inept that you have no awareness? That you're going to be rolling around like, this is why you get snaked so much. This is why Anton falls out with so much people. This is why he's always getting cooked on platforms. It's like, where the fuck were you niggas raised? It's like, how do y'all move like this and stay alive? That's my biggest question. It's like, what the hell, y'all?
Already, Sean. He
This
already
is-
told him
this
he's
is
gonna
the
speak
problem
to him
with-
offline.
This is the
So
problem
why are
in
you
a general.
chastising to net now?
This is a problem in a general sense with black people in general, right?
Now here comes some more self-hate from this bitch ass nigga. Oh, problem with black people in general. This is a platform on YouTube. This is a YouTuber issue. This is in black YouTube. It's not a problem with black people in general. These are a bunch of miscellaneous YouTubers. So if anything, anytime something went wrong in white world, do you think a panel full of white people are saying, oh, this is the problem with white people. This is why white people are so X, Y, and Z. Because a random miscellaneous panel of black folks aren't doing something in accordance to the way you like it to be done. This is the problem with black folks. Fuck out of here. This is what I'm talking about. These people make these dumbass generalizations based off of what they encounter in their personal life. Anecdotal. And then they tell people not to get on air with their anecdotal.
This is the problem with...
Offline.
This is the
So
problem
why are you
in a general.
chastising to net now?
This is a problem in a general sense with black people in general, right? It's like they can't even possibly, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
consider something because of how they feel instead of taking it for whatever it is. If somebody give you...
This guy said you can't consider it because of how you feel. Bro, you are a fraud that called him a rat and a snake. Are you that socially inept that somebody would not look at you and have the question, would this advice be sincere or even good advice coming from this sabotaging piece of shit? You would definitely have to sit down and make the distinction upon listening to the advice, but most people will tell you to get that bullshit out of their face. They ain't even listening to your advice to even get into that conundrum of thinking, oh, is it good advice? These niggas act like they're stupid. This is that pearl. This is that pearl shit. These niggas act like they're just. It's intentional. It's being intentionally stupid to be deceptive and manipulative. That's what it is. It's a common trait in fakes. Y'all are right. Y'all are right. Blueface in the chat.
Which I'm not saying
It's
that
not
it's
the
right
real
or wrong.
Blueface, I don't think, but said, bro, he's a fraud and opportunist, will do anything for money. No principles. It's facts. When he gets off this, oh, I'm a businessman thing, no emotions, no nothing, it really just means he's a fraud, he's a fake, he'll do anything to get to the paper. And this is YouTube. I think we got to keep everything in the right frame of context. This is YouTube. We are public figures. Your reputation is on the line constantly when you do this. This is not no regular white collar business. People always want to reframe it and be like, oh, but in a regular business, you have employees that you work with that you don't like and X, Y, and Z. This is YouTube. This is everything that you have dominion over this. You have your control over this. You don't have to be subjected to people's whims. You do so and choose so to get the money because you're a hoe ass nigga with no principles. Like, let's be clear, let's be real, let's be honest about this shit.
All I'm saying is, why don't y'all consider it if I didn't already did it or I've already been successful at it?
You see this? Why don't y'all consider it if I already did it and be successful at it? This is what I'm talking about. You don't take the bait from fuck niggas like this. This nigga came here to try to little boy him. He came here to try to big bro him. Oh, I'm already the big successful guy. Take my advice. I know everything. Go back a little bit.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Which I'm not saying that is right or wrong. All I'm saying is, why don't y'all consider it if I didn't already did it, or I've already been successful at it, or I'm doing it on a daily basis?
We don't.
It's like,
Let me tell you. We don't care.
Because it's questionable, because this is the person that you said that was your enemy, and now you're going back. You don't think that's like questionable at all? Like, no.
He doesn't know or think that it's questionable because he's a fraud ass nigga. I keep trying to tell y'all about this nigga. This nigga's so fake,
He's
man.
gonna like question that even like a little bit. You don't think that's
well, but okay. So let's say that that's the case.
Yeah.
I think he's smart enough to be able to make that assessment on his own.
And he didn't say anything groundbreaking that was like, oh, wow, we haven't heard this before. Like, we know that you need to expand your audience to a wider range if you want to grow exponentially.
Thank you, Fantasy Island Girl. That's facts. He didn't say anything groundbreaking. He just came here to try to big dog little nigga. Like, stop it.
But the problem is, he says he has a plan, and it doesn't have to be your way, is all I'm saying. I understand that you have a way, and you gave him advice.
Light Skin Privilege says, how long did Anton take? Fatty's projection is faster than Anton's time on here. Fatty's projection is faster than most of us on here so far. 2 months and he's already doing the numbers he's doing live stream wise. So it's like, who are we advising?
When he said, hey, I have a plan, and he told you the plan, instead of encouraging his plan, you discouraged it and said, why not just do what I said? He is a man. He has his own plan.
Facts, Fantasy Island Girl. He is a man. He has his own plan. He's not trying to be led by your bitch ass. What is wrong with this nigga? Always trying to lead people astray. Stop it. Get some goddamn help. Whoops. Hold on.
You got to respect that.
Stop it. Get some help.
As
Listen.
a man. That's what I believe.
Ultimately, I don't really think it mattered either way. Listen, he could choose to take the advice, or he couldn't. He didn't have to drop the link. He didn't have to pull me up here to have a conversation.
Yeah, he didn't have to do any of that. You came here to jump on the wave that he has right now with his clout by having a conversation with him and being reintegrated and ingratiated with the black community that doesn't fuck with you anymore. Because there's a lot of channels that don't fuck with Anton anymore, and their fan bases don't fuck with Anton. So he came over here and the chat was against him. He's trying to reintegrate himself with certain communities that he kind of got ostracized from with his Pearl decision. And then his situation on the Lapeef network going at Philosophical the way he did, a lot of people were not fucking with that. So it is what it is, man.
At all, that was up to him. So if he chooses, I'm not speaking to you. I mean, I'm not talking about what you saying specifically.
And I'm not saying bad advice either.
I'm not saying nothing about what you're saying either, Fantasy Island. I'm just saying in a general sense. If he chooses to take that advice, that's up to him. It really ain't that deep.
Then why are you here?
I don't really know what else. Like, why is it that deep?
Well, I just go ahead, Sean.
Opinion on what
if I may ask a question.
I got you next, Lukin.
I hear you.
I got you next, Lukin. I got you next. Go ahead.
I'm saying it's two grown men talking, two creators talking. Let them have a conversation. Fatty don't need nobody to talk to him. Let them have a conversation. Then we
listen. And it's a super chat right there. They said Anton trying to. I didn't recruit Fatty. Fatty literally just volunteered and said, "Listen, if you want to do Thursday, then I want to be a part of it. I don't have to recruit
Absolutely,
nobody.
I did. I'm a businessman now. I'm not a moral man.
I don't have to recruit anybody. Like, listen. Anybody. Sean Antonio. Did you see my last live stream? My webinar inside of the Patreon?
Absolutely.
Last month, off of 2 channels, I made over $100,000.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Understand how he tried to do this. He tried to be slick with this. Listen to this, y'all.
Did you see my last live stream? My webinar inside of the Patreon?
Did y'all see my last live stream, the webinar inside of the Patreon? Behind the paywall. Behind the fraudulent courses that you be selling on how to get these bags and how to be a bag chaser. All this Patreon fuckery. So you're talking about the money you made. You made money off of finessing these folks. You're acting like you're doing groundbreaking shit. You're finessing folks and then being like, yeah, I got all this money, y'all. Look at me. Meanwhile, these are the folks getting finessed. Your plans don't equate to nothing. You're just finessing people on some pyramid scheme shit. What the fuck's wrong with this nigga, man?
Like, listen. Anybody, Sean Antonio, did you see my last live stream, my webinar inside of the Patreon?
Absolutely.
Last month.
So understand, y'all. Understand. This guy told on himself too. Sean Antonio. He's seen the webinar, or what was it called? On the Patreon, whatever the fuck he did on the Patreon. He's seen it. How did he see it? Because he subscribed and he pays for his Patreon. He's one of these people getting finessed by Anton, and he came up here to defend his daddy. That's what he did. He's being led, but he's a grown-ass man being led by another grown-ass man, and he came up here to call in to defend him. This is pathetic, man. What are y'all doing? Paying for these courses? How is that going?
Off of 2 channels, I made over $100,000. And I showed the receipts.
He showed the receipts on his Patreon.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
So you gotta pay to see what this nigga makes. What kind of dusty ass finesse is this, man?
I don't need to recruit nobody. I'm doing incredible in every single aspect of what's going on, whether it be content creation or regular life. I'm just giving the game because I'm already up. And if I see that somebody else can be successful as a result of it, it don't take nothing off of my back. Now, if me and Fatty decide to do something in the future, that's going to be between us. And I don't think it's going to have anything to do with anybody.
Stop the cap.
All right, so one of two statements are a lie. You said you had zero interest in doing business with Fatty, and now you say this statement right here. One of two have to be a lie. They both can't be true. You can't express no interest in working with Fatty and then express that you guys potentially would work in the future. So which one is it?
Like making a decision one way or another. But, that's up to him. And if he decides that that's what he want to do, then that's what he want to do.
Yeah. I think it's just no, it's not. Well, it's just like it's a because I have to like it just feels weird.
And I showed the receipts too, and it's a fact.
Yeah, because it's like I'm never gonna work with or take advice or not do anyone of anyone who thinks I'm a rat or a snake. You know what I mean? I just can't.
Yep, this point right here is kind of getting cut off.
Or take advice or not do anyone of anyone who thinks I'm a rat or a snake. You know what I mean? I just can't. Yeah, that's why I seem it's weird. You know what I mean? From my point of view.
Weird to you because you've never.
Yeah, from my point of view, this is.
From any rational human being who is not so socially inept as y'all are, they would definitely look at it. They would definitely look at it a certain way. And you are a Patreon purchaser over there, sir. Why would we trust anything you say? You are a groupie for Anton, and she is a panelist for Anton. So you cannot come here as somebody that is non-biased or seemingly unbiased when we can see your bias. Can't pull it off.
This is my opinion. Yeah, yeah. I'm just voicing it.
No, bro, let them have a conversation, man.
And again, anybody can hear this and take the advice. It's not secret game. It ain't groundbreaking. It's just, listen, this is what I observed. If you want to expand, you know what I'm saying, and tap into a greater thing based off of even some of the conversations that I have with other content creators that is even doing better than I am as far as the numbers and things like that. These are the things that we talk about. Maybe you want to take this a little bit of advice and leverage it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I said it's good advice. Lil King, ask your question. So
good advice would have been telling you to build infrastructure and reinvest back into the platform, because that's what he's leaving out. Everybody covers a wide array of topics. That's what Fantasy Island Girl was saying. He didn't say anything groundbreaking. When you look at all of the big dogs in the game, all the people that have over 1 million subscribers are all the people that are ascending to that. What do they all have in common? It's not just the fact that they cover an array of topics, because some of them don't. Some of them are caught within a niche, like the Manosphere or Red Pill niche. The people that win, the thing that you see the most in common is what? You see infrastructure, you see studios, you see a number of mics, you see a bunch of cameras, you see them being able to do things that the average Joe on these panels can't do. That's what propels them, and Vlad TVs, the Adam 22s, the even Pearly things. Anton himself, he built the infrastructure. He has multiple studios. It took him to the next level. He's able to house and interview somebody like Charleston White. Like, give him real game and not give him the baseline game that everybody understands and everybody's working towards. This is not real advice, and that's why you can't really trust it. Oh, this is solid advice. This is baseline. This is basic bullshit. Everybody knows this. Even Fantasy Island Girl. That's why she said what she said. Let's get back into this, man. This is all a waste of time. This guy's just out here trying to steal his clout right now. Trying to big dog him. Pause.
Wait a minute.
You got me? You got me? All right, cool.
Yes,
I wanted to...
Hold on. We got a caller. Could y'all do me a favor from now on? If y'all called into the show, could y'all just make sure that you hit me up in the chat and be like, yo, you called in? Because I don't see it half the time. Yo, Jason, what's up?
Okay. Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing, LT?
I'm good. What's up, fam? You have something to say on the topic, or do you want to get back into the reaction?
Yeah, that fake ass fat bastard, Antoine Daniels. I can't stand that fake motherfucker. You know, he's so busy trying to give motherfuckers advice that he's stealing from Kevin Samuels. Fake Rick Ross looking like motherfucker. And I hope you hear me, Anton Daniels. Yeah, nigga, I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm broke. I ain't got much money as you, but I ain't got to fake it till I make you, fake motherfucker. You fake fat bastard.
Yo, this is the thing.
Yo, I can't stand that bastard, yo.
Yo, most folks that get up on here and try to sell people game on how to make it on here, most of them fake it to make it. Most of them. Most.
Yeah.
So
even
when I
Kevin
see
Samuels did.
Kevin's,
like LT.
Yep.
Remember the day on Tommy Show? I was basically saying that they got good stories. You came from nothing. You got on YouTube. You made a bag. You made something of yourself. That's a better story for young black brothers to hear than to fake it till you make it shit. Do you agree?
I didn't hear the question. My bad. You say it's better to, because it was cutting out a little bit. You say it's not. Can you say that again? My bad, y'all.
Kevin Samuels had a good story. He came on YouTube. He mastered the algorithm. He didn't go to college. He wasn't in no corporate America. He could have said, you know what, guys? You could come from nothing and be something like this, like what I did. But nobody wants to tell the beautiful story, but they want to tell the terrible lie that's going to get exposed. You hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Everybody does it. And the thing that I subscribed to Kevin Samuels, and I liked a lot of his content. I liked a lot of his message. But one thing he did this to a 26-year-old girl who was building, and he was on her way. And he basically shot down her dreams and said she ain't going to be X, Y, and Z if you're not doing X, Y, and Z now. And I'm like, nigga, you're 58. He died at 57, 58. He told everyone he was 52, and he just got on there and he was trying to talk people down like this is not a goddamn process. And he basically act like he was always at this level. And I'm like, that's selling people a lie, and you're leading people astray.
Remember the girl? He said, I don't know this is when I stopped watching him. When he told the average or best girl, I don't know what it's to be down there. Yes, you do. You know what it's like to be down there. You know what it's like to be down there. And I'm like, wait a minute. He could have been inspirations for young brothers that it's never too late.
Yep.
But they rather lie than tell young black brothers that need the wisdom that it's never too late to make it.
That's
it's
facts.
Never too late to perfect your craft. You know, Antoine Daniels, he had a beautiful story, but what he did, he fucked it up with a lie. Coming on YouTube trying to act like he came in a building with Rick Ross.
They kind of undercut themselves, sell themselves short by acting like they were all the way up before they actually got visibly noticed as up. I don't subscribe to that shit. But that's why I kind of defend Fresh and Fit. But this is why sometimes I defend Fresh and Fit because, huh?
That's why I respect you. And let me tell you about Fresh and Fit. That faggot ass lead attorney, that's it. And you can go on his archives. He's giving you comparison. You listening?
Yep.
I know you're going to dig it up. That bastard said that Fresh and Fit was made some racist comments towards even impeachment. They were going back and forth. When he made the monkey sound joke, the gorilla sound joke, he said, I think it was racist. Did a whole thing. But when that Pearly bitch did said a racist comment, he danced all around that.
Yep.
Now, if you don't believe me, go look in his archives.
The lead attorney, I used to give him some grace. I'm like, what do we expect from the lead attorney? He's a practicing lawyer. I thought he was doing that. I thought he was being diplomatic with Pearl and not trying to step on toes because I'm thinking, okay, he's a lawyer. Some people put being a lawyer above anything. They're just a lawyer first, they're black second. I would think, because think about it sometimes. When you have a lawyer representing you, you don't want your lawyer to be on the, say if you have a Jewish lawyer, you don't want your Jewish lawyer to be in cohorts with the other lawyers and the judge on some Jew shit like, oh, we're going to lock this nigga up type shit. You don't want that. You want your lawyer to be a lawyer first. And Jewish lawyers don't do that. I hire Jewish lawyers. Jewish lawyers are great. They don't do that shit. I'm not putting that on them, just to be clear. But you don't want them to do that. I found out that he retired. He's not a practicing lawyer. So the grace that I gave him for that initial thing, I'm like, you don't really get that. You retired from being a lawyer because you said it was draining and X, Y, and Z. He has the Vlad TV interview. So I thought he was being diplomatic because he was being a lawyer, but really and truly, he just didn't want to. He wanted to stay at the top. He wanted to be connected with the Vlads, the Adams. He didn't want to burn those bridges or even burn the Pearl Bridge, in my opinion. A lot of people will go outside for the money.
Didn't have a bridge to burn. Why do you think you ain't seen the white YouTubers taking for? Because no bridge to burn. The bridge never got built. You know, come on, it's crazy that, you know, the smaller platforms like you and other platforms that expose and tell the truth, they don't get all the high numbers. All the fake shit get all the high numbers. Like Dave Dash said, I don't know if you've seen the interview. He said black people get rewarded for being fake, and they get paid for it, and that's what makes it worse. Because if they get paid to be stupid, they're gonna be stupid.
Yep, it's facts. That is 100% facts. There's also a way you can ride the white wave. You can do what Abba and Preach kind of did and do the commentary or the reactions to white content if you want to blow up quicker. If you want to do that, there's many options to blow up your channel fast on YouTube.
They don't want to go beat up on these things.
Bro, your mic is kind of bad. It keeps cutting out.
They ain't man enough to stand up to the real man. That's why they want to come after the black women and the men that don't have thousands of subscribers and on a low level YouTube. Those are the people they go after. They never go after nobody big, and especially they don't go after white men. They kiss white men ass when they come on the panel. Open sesame. I see these Negroes all day, fucking sitting there buck dancing every time a white man show up. Look at Angry Man. His whole tune changed when that blue hair motherfucker showed up.
Oh, speaking of the Angry Man, let's get back into this reaction, yo, because we have Angry Man calls in to defend Anton in this. Let me put this in the...
I'm gonna let you go, LT, man. You the lieutenant. That's what I call you, LT lieutenant.
Yo, do you want to know the irony of that? The irony is what? LT started off as the lieutenant. That was my nickname. It was the lieutenant before it was Lyrical Threat. I changed it to Lyrical Threat for rap purposes, but in the hood it was lieutenant.
Yeah, you are a lieutenant. You serving these niggas up every fucking day, every week. You don't let nothing slip by. Don't nothing slip through the cracks.
Jeez. Pause. You gotta pause that. Ain't nothing slipping through the cracks. Pause, sir.
Pause. But I'm just saying that, you know how you got your house built and you got some water falling through, you catching all the water. You know, you got that cement on speed dial. Because these motherfuckers think they gonna sit up here say some shit out their mouth, and LT ain't watch, and he ain't gonna catch it.
Nah, we gonna catch it. We gonna see all the fuckery. Yo, you want to stay around for the reaction? You can drop off if you want, or you can stay around for the reaction. I worked it into the screen, so you can sit down and watch it if you want. Angry Man's about to come up on the panel.
I know I'm busted about the cake for that piece of shit Antoine with his fake ass 4,000, 100,000 subscribers that he bought. Yeah, Angry Man, you bought them subscribers. You think niggas don't know? Look at your numbers. Your views ain't adding up. With your little 700 in the box.
I think a lot of people believe that, but I think it's from the shorts. I inspected his channel after I had the conversation with Duke.
I'm gonna tell you, LT, my brother got $1 million views on the short, and he ain't get no more than 2,000 subscribers off that. So it ain't no short. That bastard bought them. I can take you to the site behind the scenes and show you if you want to buy some subscribers, you can get your subscribers up if you buy it. You can buy it. He bought it. Stop letting these dudes fool you. They bought it. Kevin told them. Kevin told them the secret behind the scenes. He said, buy your subscribers and then attract the audience, because he said, guess what? Black folks, they want to see your numbers. They see high numbers. They're going to come subscribe right along with the fake subscribers. He gave them the blueprint. Why do you think the lead attorney got all those subscribers? He helped them. He showed them what to do. He showed Poor Man Podcast the same thing. He showed Mediocre Tutorials the same thing. Kevin would have been over 2 million subscribers if he had been alive, because he would have bought them.
So you're telling me that everybody that you just listed bought subscribers?
Yes, I'm telling the truth. I know they bought it. Jeez. I know they bought it. You don't grow your channel that fast. Not off no sense. You can go find some millions of views and go to the channel, and the channel got.
Bro, you're cutting out. You're cutting out again.
Dr. Umar, right? Dr. Umar gets millions of views on a short, right? But go to his channel. He ain't got no million or no 4,000 subscribers, 400,000. And he get better numbers than Angry Man. I mean, you don't want to believe me? You don't have to.
No, I'm not. Who did you say has more subscriber or more views than Angry Man, but they didn't? Who were you just talking about? References, just now?
Umar got more views on shorts than Angry Man would ever wish to have in his life. And guess what? If you go to the channel that's under Dr. Umar's name, it only got 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, Umar. Okay. Yeah. That's true. That is true.
I'm looking at it. Don't make sense. Sorry, the numbers are not adding up to the views, to the watch count. I mean, they buying subscribers. People don't want to believe me. I'm telling you, I had a debate with a girl. I was just like most of these YouTubers. No, they're not doing it. And then me and this girl actually did the research, and I had to apologize to her and say, you know what, you're right. They were buying stuff. And she was showing me shorts with people with less subscribers than them that's doing better numbers on shorts. Anybody, you could put out a nice short and get 1 million views. Guarantee your subscribers ain't going over no 100,000 that time.
That's true. The shorts are useless. That's why I don't do shorts. They don't bring in people, especially if they're not familiar with the content. They're not watching a 30-second clip and being like, yeah, I want to subscribe. They ain't doing it like that. So there is some credence to that point. I thought it was built off of shorts because I see nothing but shorts and no real content with views. So I'm like, it could potentially be that. I look to try to rationalize it within a way before I go into the cheating, about buying the subscribers and shit. Because I'm like, I think that's also bad for your channel. If I bought 500,000 subscribers right now and I still did the same views, my channel would look dusty as fuck.
Yeah, and that's what Angry Man did. He bought subscribers and he's doing the same views. The reason why he wanted, Angry Man bought subscribers because he wanted to get into the 100,000 subscriber channel. They wouldn't let him in if he wasn't over 100. Because you had dudes like Fresh and Fit. He tried to beg Fresh and Fit to get on his show and live. And then he called in and looked like an asshole. And they said, oh, we never said we wanted you on our show. He's like, oh, I just heard some people telling me on my channel that you wanted me to. And they made that nigga look embarrassed. He embarrassed himself when he went over. He
I
thought he
didn't-
was the man.
You said Angry Man on Fresh and Fit?
He went over to, he called into their show.
Oh,
And
okay.
he thought that they were thinking about bringing him on. And when he called in, they was like, "Who are you?" He was like, "I'm the Angry Man. I heard that y'all was trying to hook up, get something started, like an interview on y'all show." And they said, "Nah, we didn't say anything like that." And he felt butthurt.
Yo, I gotta find that clip. That sounds hilarious, yo. They didn't even know who he was, and he thought he would. Oh man. Yo, that's funny. But yo, Jason, I can barely hear you. I'm having some audio issues with your mic. I'm not sure if the audience is hearing it the same way. But we're gonna chop it up later. I'm gonna have to get back to the reaction. But yo, make sure you call in another time, man. I can't hear you. This is what I'm talking about, bruh. I even got a little Canadian on you just now. So, there's what it is, man. Hit you with the A. I'm like, I can't hear shit, bruh. I can't hear shit. But yeah, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to chop it up another time, bro.
All right.
All right, peace, bro. Respect for calling in.
Bro.
Yeah, I appreciate the call in. I can't really hear the audio too well, and let's get back into this reaction. But shout out to Jason Reels for calling in. Y'all understand, y'all can hit the Discord at any moment and call in during the show. We ain't gonna hold it up too much. We can still do the reaction while y'all call in. So, but the audio was kind of bad, so we had to get, you know what I mean? We had to. No, I had to do that, man. You said no clue to me. Canadians have no accent. Are you Canadian too? If you're Canadian, you don't hear the accent. A lot of the times, if you speak a certain way and somebody's like, "Oh, you have the accent," and you speak with that accent, you don't hear it yourself. But every time I speak to other people, they're like, yeah, they can hear it. And I said "a" just now. That's a Toronto thing. Someone was asking if I was from California, so I had to make sure that I used some sort of verbiage that identified with my Torontonianness. So you know what I mean. But let's get back into this.
What's going on? You know, we men, and you know, you definitely a dope businessman, better than me. You know, I try to learn some things, but I wanted to just ask specifically: do you have Fatty's email address or any personal contact of his?
No, I don't have any personal contact information from Fatty.
Respectfully. The reason I asked is just, you know, it'd been something that, you know, I think that, as you said, he's in the.
Oh, you thought I was from LA because of the Lakers hat? Nah, I'm a LeBron fan, so whatever team LeBron's actively on, that's the team I'm fucking with. It is what it is. LeBron fans, we get called bandwagoners all the time, but the second he was a Laker, we over there.
And this is the entertainment. We're all here for the entertainment. Just like he said, you know, he tried to be the dopest club in the area for now, you know, so everybody come through and vibe. And I think this is something like to what maybe what Fantasy Girl's saying, like, you know, just.
Yo Fam says, I tried to enter Canada, but Trudeau won't let me. Trudeau's a bum. Nobody in the country likes Trudeau. He's the biggest fraud in the world. He talks out of both sides of his face. He tries to suppress and limit free speech. He's done a lot of things where he's unaccountable for. Nobody likes Trudeau. And he's hijacking the office. It's like he won't leave. You can't get him out if you want him out.
What you're saying, just your presence with what you're saying probably might just be, you know, disrupting the entertainment for the people. You know what I mean? But
I'm sorry.
With the delivery of the game, and yeah, hell yeah, it's dope with those that have ears will listen. You know what I mean? But that's just what I wanted to know. If you had an email or contact, that would have been a dope.
That's fine. You can do that. You can do that.
Wait, you said me coming up here is interrupting the entertainment for the people?
Like specifically it's pre-fight club, you know, as you came on, you said this is entertainment, he's entertainment, he dope. He always said he tried to be the best little, you know, lounge for everybody to come through. And as everybody started off with their inserts, you know, you have your input on Fatty, you say you have a little business and whatever. So just you coming up, like you see, just them questioning you, or you just you coming up and being here, disrupting the entertainment that Fatty probably got aligned. But
So,
you know, again,
give me a second, Lil King. So this is good. What's going on, right? And you guys are not aware, but I actually am. Of my 80 shows, probably 20 have Anton or J Prince either on the thumbnail, in some kind of topic, something like that. And Anton gets a notification. So he gets it. He knows what's up, right? So in his point of view, I'm leaning too much on the Lapeef shit, the Anton shit, the J Prince shit, the Fight Club shit, right? But the reality is, again, Anton, I'm doing 10 hours of content every day. So
we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Not about that. I'm not shitting on Fatty's doing 10 hours of content a day. I'm shitting on his fact that he's concerned about what you're doing. Because there's content creators, I think, what's his name? Don Lexi, I think that's what his name is. There's a lot of people that, like, he built, I'm not saying he built a channel, I'm not going to try to shit on his entire channel by saying he built a channel doing this, but he did a lot of Kendra G reactions to the point where it's like you go to his channel to watch Kendra G through him. And a lot of people know that. So it's like you're trying to ruin what he's building over there, because Don Lexi's channel's growing and he continues to get subscribers and views off of one main niche outside of the other content that he does. So trying to derail the progress. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't listen to anything he has to say.
it might seem like it because the thumbnail are you guys, but in actuality, we talk a lot about a lot of stuff. We just promoted this that because I understand that my fan base, when I go to the channels, it says, who is the most, where are your fans from, right? What are the followers that they have? And it's like Anton Daniels, Fight Club, MTR, Lead Attorney, all of that. So I go there, I see who are the ones that correspond, and I usually curate a lot of my topics to those people because they are my fan base. And I, again, not clickbait.
Wait. Do I have to get rid of this?
Shout out to LTTV.
That's from the Lead Attorney. Do I have to get rid of that drop now? Do I need someone? Do I need another shout out? Do I have to remove all of my affiliations or my associations with the Lead Attorney because he defended Pearl? He's on Vlad now. His name's getting bigger. So
shout out to LTTV.
When you hear this, it's more recognizable. Do I have to get rid of that, y'all? Y'all put ones in. Nah. Put twos in the chat if I got to get rid of this. Put ones in the chat if y'all will forgive me and I can keep my shout out. Ones in the chat if we keeping it. Twos if we're getting rid of this. Y'all can hear it one more time.
Shout out to LTTV.
We getting rid of that? We got to replace that with someone else, or we're going to continue to use this? Let's get it. Ones is we can keep it. Twos is we getting rid of it.
Actually, not clickbait. Actually pretty specific because I usually leave the topics on the description. People just don't read it, right? But I get it. Your advice is good advice. I will focus on, I'm just saying.
All right, so we're gonna close the polls. All right, voting's done. Voting's done. We got ones. We're keeping it. It's facts. We keeping it. Shout out to everybody that voted for one. Chronic introvert, you traitor. You motherfucking traitor. Trying to make me pillage a new drop. You know how hard this was to get, fam? I had to go up on that panel and sit up there for how long was I on that panel? For like 2 hours? Waiting for this nigga to say this, and I'm like, yep, got it. Dropbox. But goddamn, man, we ain't trying to get rid of that so fast.
Shout out to LTTV.
Everything is
I think you should do both. Do both.
I'm doing both. Literally, my.
Nah. You're right, Chronic Introvert. I'm just talking shit, man. If he was deemed, if I thought of Lead Attorney the way I think of Anton, the shout out would mean nothing. It'd be in the garbage. I don't think did he defend Pearl, or did he just take a in between, not choosing which side of the fence ass take? I don't know what the Lead Attorney said about Pearl. I just know that he was not going in on her. I can't remember right now. But is that the line? Because if that's the line, Tommy defended her. Am I going to denounce Tommy too? It's all about the bigger picture. If I deem you a fraud and I don't fuck with you, we don't have similar goals at all with the black community, then it's like, what are we doing here? I'm not supporting you. But if your overarching goal is for the betterment of black folks, which I believe that Tommy's message is kind of, it's harder on folks it's not Kevin Samuels kind of took his message, cleaned it up a little bit. So when he talks about Kevin copying him, he copied a lot of his shit, but he's his own individual. He does things his own way, so it's a lot different than the way Tommy did it. Tommy's a little rougher around the edges, a little harsher with his delivery, but I think essentially the goal is still the same. He does want the betterment of black folks, does he not? I don't know, man. Let's get back into this. We're about to wrap this one up.
No, but what I'm trying to understand is what is everybody else talking about?
Right.
No, they're just.
I only came up here to talk for like 5 minutes just to give Fatty whatever it is.
That's fine.
That my thoughts are, right?
Let me tell you why.
And they're making it deeper than it need to be.
No, let me tell you why. Because they are very protective of me. They understand that
cool.
They understand that me and you at our run-ins. They understand that we are. No, we're not enemies, but we are like we are like on the opposite side of each other. So all of a sudden they see you here, giving me advice, and they're like, "What the hell is going on here?" It's not.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You're not no stranger, and you still pop up on my platform.
That's right, Jason Reels. Tommy is not politically correct. Kevin Samuels is. That is primarily the difference. Kevin Samuels will try to run the line of, well, he used to, RIP, the politically correct line and be a little more clean cut because he was an image consultant at the end of the day. Tommy don't give a fuck about none of that. That's the primary difference.
Platforms.
Absolutely. Yeah.
TLA's position on Pearl was it was dumb but not racist. I wonder if he still thinks the same way. Because a lot has came out after the initial interaction that pretty much sunk her even deeper because she kept doing the wrong move after the wrong move, kept disrespecting black men and black people in general. She didn't do it well. She didn't handle herself well. Let's get back into this.
So if they protective of you, then why they not telling you not to come to my platforms then?
Because
I don't know.
Wait. No, that's not fair. No, wait one second.
No. That is a fair question.
If
they are protective of you, then why are they not telling you not to come to my platform?
Anton, tell me something. Since I started my show, when I was on a panel with you.
No, I said not to come to my platforms.
But that's what I'm talking about. Since I started my show, when I was on the panel with you.
I don't know.
I wasn't.
So what Fatty's saying right now is since he started his channel, he's not been on any platforms with Anton. He started his own channel and now he has, his panels over here, so he doesn't need to be on Anton's channel. But let's get back into this.
I wasn't.
But Fatty, to be fair, very rarely am I ever on a panel.
But you've been on panels lately. The thing is, Anton.
Stop the cap.
Now he's trying to sell this. He retired from panel shit, but yet he's actively on this panel. You called into Fatty's channel to be on his panel. You've been here for 35 minutes. Wait, I don't know if this includes the other thing, but at least 20 minutes so far, 25 minutes. You said you came to give him advice. The advice has already been given a while ago. Now you're trying to debate it and make sure that he takes it or digests it or questioning why he wouldn't take it. Basically trying to solidify yourself within the community still. That's what this is primarily about. You want to make sure that you're still welcome to discuss topics with other people on their platforms. You're not completely boxed out the paint. Whether you think the same as them, whether you insult them, you want to be welcomed. That's pretty much what what we're seeing right here. This is what happens when you're ostracized for not standing for nothing.
I'll be on panels of my own. You're missing it. I'll be on panels on my own platforms. I don't be on random panels. If I don't own the platform, I jump on the panel in order to.
He said that he retired from doing panels. He will no longer do panel shows anymore. When he does it on his own platform, great. It's his own platform. He's trying to promote his own platform. But you can't say that and then hop on somebody else's panel and then stay there for a half an hour. If it was just about the advice, you would have got in and got out. A lot of people are addicted to this shit. They can't help it. They need to be on it. Pause.
Continue to promote it, give it a boost, whatever it is, right? So, but you still missed the question. If they're so protective of you, then why don't they tell you not to even come to my platforms in the first place?
He just told you that since he started his channel, he's not been back on your platform. So why would they need to say that?
Not a genuine. Well, Fatty, wait.
No, Fatty. That's not a question for you.
William Smith says, "Is he the only white guy here?" Yo, if you're white, leave a 2 in the chat.
That's the
I
question.
know, but it's a loaded question.
No, it's not a genuine question because I'm not saying you shouldn't be going up on anyone's platforms. I'm just saying it's weird how you are you giving him advice to help him grow? These are two different statements.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. I won't give Fatty any more advice to growth. Is that cool?
No, I mean, hey, if you want to go, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying it's just weird.
So he should listen to
you. Weird. No, I'm just saying it's
Bro,
a weird thing to do.
You want to break it down why it's weird? The Dawn?
That's weird.
Do I have to break it down why it's okay? I'll say it again.
Yeah.
No, I mean, is that what you would? No, because I'm a solutions based person, right?
What do we got? We got 3 white people in here. Shout out to us. See, we're diverse out here. We got white folks watching too. Let's get it.
So, is that what you would suggest?
So I can't point out anything that might be a little bit weird or off kilter or anything like that. I'm just supposed to just be like, oh, okay. Like
No,
I
I'm
can't.
asking you a question.
Black Don.
Well, it's not a genuine question because it's like if you see something.
Black Don.
Okay.
It's just one second. Black Don is one of the biggest investors of the Team Fatty show, so he actually deserves to have a seat on the table. Go ahead, Black Don. Tell him.
It's like I see something that's weird, and I can't call it out. If I call it out, it's like, oh well, you're not supposed to be giving him advice. You're not supposed to be telling him what to do. It's like, no, this is just like it's just a big discrepancy. It's just weird.
I know, and now that
it's like
we
a
established that.
I have a question.
Jason, you want to call back in? All right, let me set this up. Yeah, you can call back in, Jason. We just we reacting to it on this screen in the Discord, so kind of changes up the look. But you can call back in.
No, hold on.
I have a question.
We established that part. What I'm asking you is, what would you suggest that I go about doing now? Not saying anything to him?
No, you can do whatever you want. I'm just.
Oh fuck. I pressed the wrong button, y'all. God damn it. Wait, what? Hold on, y'all. You need the link? Nigga, you're in the Discord. Just go into the Discord and hit the LTTV video chat room. Hold on. God damn it. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there you are. You back in the Discord? I was about to drop the link. I'll drop the link again. Oh, no, TG did that. Shout out to you, TG. Helping me while I struggle out here.
Because I will laugh. Rollo Tomassi was defeated and was embarrassed by SNEAKO and Destiny.
Are those YouTubers?
Yes, they are YouTubers. Yes.
Aren't they both cucks?
Oh. What the fuck is a cuck?
One of them is. No, let's not go there.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Nico.
So I was only asking.
Nope, you got that wrong. He said one of them is. He said that one of them are cucks. Both of them are cucks. That's why it was astonishing that the cucks came out and took the W. Because SNEAKO got cucked by his girlfriend at that sex party, and Destiny lives the cuck life where he's in an open relationship and his girl actively fucks other dudes. And so does he. They're in a relationship where they both fuck other dudes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
So Rollo Tomassi lost the debate to a bisexual man in an open relationship and a 24, 25-year-old dude who just recently got out of a relationship where he was getting cucked and going outside on the internet. Well, he's learning. SNEAKO is learning. We'll give SNEAKO some credit. He was not dogmatic on his takes. He's learning. But yeah, he got cooked, man. Rollo Tomassi got cooked. Let's get back into this.
Because I feel like Anton's advice that he said about 30 minutes ago, that I was trying to react to, was very...
I'm playing the reaction again, but Jason Reels, the Discord was open. I'm back in the LTTV video chat. How can I just simply invite you? I can't? I guess I can't. You gotta get into the video chat room. All right, let's get back into this.
Very insightful because sometimes if you stepped outside of the box and started to do subjects that other people are not talking about, and also not even having your subjects be about other YouTubers, maybe you can broaden yourself to an audience that has nothing to do with other people, so you never have to even say, yeah, so-and-so blew me up, so-and-so blew me up.
That's why I love you. You are repeating my words. It's good advice. Yep. Give me time. I am a baby. 2 months.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make a compromise. Anytime I have advice for Fatty, I'll reach out to him behind the scenes so that...
I don't need for that. Let's give him a shot.
So that you can review the information with Black Dawn and then make the decision of whether...
I think you're petty now.
He could have just said, or he could have just simply retracted the statement. You have to do it off air. You can do it off air. That would seem a lot more genuine. But why hasn't he retracted the statement of calling Fatty a rat and a snake, but he wants to give him advice and be cool with him? I don't understand that dynamic. What up, Lucky? We got Lucky in the chat. Shout out to Lucky.
That's true.
I'll let...
Am I connected?
Oh, yeah, you're connected. I can hear you right now.
Is it better than last time?
Much better.
Oh, yeah, I had to put the wire earphones in because the Bluetooth probably was messing up the signal.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. These Bluetooths be tripping. I had to optimize my... That's what fucked up the last live stream, you know? It was the Bluetooth, because I'm using the Bluetooth headphone. It fucked up the last live stream.
Yeah. And LT, tell your subscribers so you can have a good stream. Tell them, like, y'all gonna come on my channel, go to the Apple store and get the wire headphones. They work the best.
The wire.
You go on panels and everything. The wire Apple headphones, the ones that plug into the phone, the wire one.
They still sell them.
Those
shits?
work best. Yeah, they still sell them. Sell them in Target. They $20 in Target.
Do I even have a port to plug them shits in? Them shits is antiques now, bro.
No, they got both. No, they got both. They got the C chip, and they got the plug-in one for the Android.
Oh, okay. All right, yo, let's react to the end of this, and then we'll have a discussion with anybody that wants to go. I want to wrap this up.
Yo, but before you go back to the video, Anton is begging because he's got kicked out of so many clubs that he tried to clout chase for. Pearly Thing say, Anton, you're fired. I thought you couldn't clean this up. You know, he couldn't clean it up, so he got fired. And now he's trying to come back to consult with the rest of the YouTubers that he could try to clean going to. But let's get back to the nigga begging.
Oh, yo, there was somebody in the Discord that dropped off. Yo, what happened to Legion of Nick's podcast? Yo, goddamn. All right, whatever. Let's get back into this. But somebody was just in the call line, but they disappeared.
Let's hear the fake Rick Ross bag.
Yeah, he's trying to be reintegrated with the community. Let's listen to this.
I'll let you guys review it as a team, and then you can make the assessment of whether
but you don't need us black folks.
Advice that I've given will help you or hurt you, and then you can assess my ulterior motives to go along with it. Okay?
Yeah, you're being petty now, Anton. Let me ask you this.
No,
Hey, Anton. Let me ask one thing before you go, Anton. Is that Thursday show happening or not?
Yeah, something coming.
Woo! Can I react to that?
You can react to whatever you want to react to.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. And
He
again,
just
hey,
said, "I'm not taking your advice. I'm gonna double down." That's what he just
Nope.
said.
No.
And I just motherfucking said, don't
What
be
up,
your
Angry Man?
next show.
All right, so now this is the point where the angry man calls in.
What up, Angry Man? Listen.
Lil King, I'll bring you up. I'll bring you
up.
up in a second, Lil King.
This is all I'm saying. I think he can do both. I don't
That's
think
my
he should limit himself to one segment of YouTube when his reach can be exponentially greater by tapping into audiences that other people may not even be familiar with. And listen, if these people are sowing your, they have your best interest at heart and they've been rocking with you, then why wouldn't they want to see you grow?
He has
So,
charisma. He's
let
gonna
me
grow.
ask a
What
question.
he's talking about.
Let me ask a question.
Damn, go ahead.
Let me ask a question. So there's a difference between personal and business. And if Anton came up here and gave some business advice, and it's good advice, what's the problem? And what I'm trying to figure out, Black Dawn, haven't you been on Anton's platforms numerous times?
Yeah.
Like, you on some real fuck nigga shit, my G.
What does that have
Angry
to do
Man,
with
don't
what I
go
just
in, bro. Listen. Hey, Angry Man.
Wait. We can do this. What does that have to
He's
do
not
with
the
what I
content
just
creator.
said? So what's
No.
my no. What's my
Hold on, let me just say this because I'm about to dip off because I got something
Oh, yeah,
I got to do.
yeah,
I got
go
to take my chick out for Mother's
You
Day.
got next, Big Dom.
Take her shopping and all of that. So again, salute to everybody. Angry Man, you my dog. I got to.
We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Reach out to you because I got some stuff we got to work on. Fatty, I think that you are incredibly entertaining and keep doing your thing.
I appreciate it.
And Sean, we all know. Shout out to everybody. But here's the thing, bro. Don't let people put you in a box, bro. Honestly. Like never let, and this is not just for you, but just people in general. Don't let people put you in a box ultimately because how they want to see you should not necessarily be the ceiling by which you live. You subject yourself to.
I agree.
You gotta grow. You gotta evolve. You gotta continue to push yourself. And I know that everybody want to be successful. And in a general sense, you can serve.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. William Smith said, "I thought LTTV and Duke the Don were gonna kill me when I first came in here. Why would we? What did I miss? Why would we kill? Who? Wait, who are you? Wait, are you an agent? I'm so lost. Why would we do that?
I hate when niggas do that shit.
It's like, and
Yo.
I just did a stream with Duke, recently? I don't know Duke that well to know what Duke's on like that. Like, we did a few collabs now in the past recent weeks. I've just found out who Duke the Don was, probably a month ago. So,
yeah.
I don't know what he has against William Smith here. He says, no, you came in guns a-blazing. Oh, okay. Well, if you say something that's... I don't know, man. What do you guys say, Jason?
Yo, did you see? I don't know if you let it slip by. So as Angry Man came up in there, he put that battery in Antoine's back, and now he want to act like he don't need what's the name. He's just giving some business advice. He was just begging, and then Angry Man come up there with his clout chasing ass, bigging up somebody that he been bigger than, but being that he's looking at subscriber and views, Angry Man can't even see the value of himself. He's sitting there bigging up another man that came in the game after him, a space that he so-called created. Did you not peep that? He came up there, now Angry Man, I gotta take my wife out and all this. He was just begging and pleading. And as soon as he got that energizing juice, now he want to switch and act like, I'm just giving this man some advice. I got to go out with my wife and buy Mother's Day presents and all of that. Nigga, shit. I'm like, damn.
These guys are trying to finesse the game. That's what they're doing. He's just coming to, why aren't you taking the advice? Are y'all emotional? Blah, blah, blah. Y'all are trying, these Angry Man and Anton, because Angry Man took the Pearl defense as well. I'm pretty sure he's getting ostracized from certain communities too. They are just trying to make sure that they still got a spot in the community, and they're still trying to big dog their way while trying to solidify that spot. So it's like, I don't know what these niggas
and he's
is
trying
on.
to tell, he's trying to tell, I don't know if he's dog whistling, telling him like, listen, don't just limit yourself
to the black community, talk ill shit about them, treat them like shit, and expand like I did. Nigga, no. One thing I like about Fetty ain't gonna sit up here and bullshit. He's about the money. He's about the fuck shit. He let it be known on time. He saw him on his show, and he knows it's a bag. He ain't taking the shit serious, you know. But he want him to jump on that coon train.
Yep, that's true. Fatty even mocked him earlier. Did something happen to your mic? I think it got cut out. Yeah, something happened. Yeah, Fatty mocked him earlier in the thing too. He's like, I'm gonna come over there. I'm a businessman now. I'm not a moral man. He's perceptive to what's going on here. He even made light of it. But once your mic returns, we'll listen. But right now, I don't know what's going on.
Both audiences, you can be true to yourself. You can highlight the people that's been holding you down for an extended period of time, and then at the same time, you can continue to push yourself to be greater as a result of it. And let's be clear, just because you don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, know somebody, or they not sitting in your living room and stuff like that, it does not mean that you had to have personal animosity with somebody. It's plenty of people that I don't necessarily care for. I don't necessarily like Dr. Umar Johnson, but I think that the dude is incredibly entertaining, and I watch every single video that he drops because he's a great orator, in my opinion.
You see what this comes down to? This is exactly what I suspected it to be. He is trying to make sure that he does not lose his space amongst black folks for his differing ideology when it comes to accepting the racist people with open arms just for business purposes. So he's trying to make sure that he could align and do all the fakeness in the world with the people that we don't fuck with, and still come over to the community and be on these panels and still chum it up and be like, oh, y'all don't like what I say and you don't like my opinions, but we're still a part. Like, no, that ain't working. If you get ostracized because we don't fuck with you because you're doing something egregious, well, I can't say we, because they're letting him on the platforms at the end of the day. If they want to let him on the platforms, it is what it is. But really and truly, if you're standing solid on your shit, then people like Anton, who are complete frauds, they shouldn't be allowed on your panels. I'm not platforming folks that I consider complete frauds. Anton was the coward that when I called up into his channel to debate him, he would always cut my shit off. He would block me in the chat because he didn't want that smoke, and he didn't want to provide me any type of visibility. Y'all don't know half of the background hoe shit that goes on these YouTube platforms. You call up to the back and they won't let you on their platform. They'll do some hoe shit. I never took that shit personally. I just remembered that happened, actually. But he never wanted me to be on his platform debating him on anything. I've defended Anton's points in the past, but once I found out he was a complete fraud, I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
He speaks on things that I think is very entertaining, and I think it's engaging. And so I take things and tips from him. I take things and tips from other people that are successful. I don't necessarily care for Fresh and Fit, but I think that they've built an incredible business model. I'd be a fool not to learn from what it is that they've built. And
this is why I'm talking about. This is why I always say this is why I defend Fresh and Fit at certain moments and times, because I understand how they built the business. I understand that they've invested into the infrastructure, and they are somewhat of a proponent of the things that they speak for, unlike King Riches, who's a complete fraud and who's a Pearl employee. Shout out to ShireChai87 with the $2 super chat. I remember that LTTV when he muted you. Wait, what are we talking about? When I tried to call into Anton's show. Is that what you're talking about?
Implement certain things that they've done just because I feel a certain type of way about their content, or their content don't serve what it is that I'm doing from an audience perspective. So y'all gotta learn how to remove your
eBlack TV said, I was shocked that Fatty folded the way he did. He talked all that mess for months. See, this is something I'm not privy to as well. I did not know he was talking shit about him for months. I didn't know it was one of those moments. All I know is that Anton called him a rat and a snake. And I'm like, so if you called him a rat and a snake, why are you over on his platform? That's bizarre movements.
Emotions out of this shit. Like, stop thinking about everything based off of how you feel, and start looking at everything.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm reading Sir Chai's message wrong. He says, I remember that LTTV when he muted you. And who said something in response? William Smith said, yeah, he muted me. Wait, man, what happened? I'm so lost. Too much going on, y'all.
From a business perspective, and lean on that shit in order to be successful. Everybody get caught up in their feelings, but they not necessarily understanding that it's a goal here. And I'm assuming that Fatty has a goal to grow and be successful on YouTube. And so he can take the advice or he cannot. But shout out to y'all. I'm out.
No, before you go, 2 words. I need your authorization. Can I still clown your stepson, Slow Prince, for president?
He's not my stepson.
He's just stepson.
And y'all can
claim me on your fucking text. He's saying, hey, don't do that.
He's not my stepson, but I cannot tell anybody what to do on their own platform. That is 100% y'all.
Do you think Jay Prince is retarded, Anton? I gotta hear you.
No.
I am not about to hear. I don't listen.
You're not answering. You're dodging the question. You're dodging the question.
I may have a personal opinion about somebody's content, but I'm trying to get away. I'm personally trying to get away because I feel like it's stunting my growth. I'm trying to get away from personally going in on people based off of how I feel about them. If it ain't about the content that they dropping, I'm not gonna have an opinion about it whatsoever.
Stop the cap.
I don't have an opinion about anybody personally. If it ain't about the content, it's something that they put out that I want to react to or I have an opinion about, I'm removing myself from that conversation because I feel like my ceiling is much higher and I'm limiting myself based off of personal attacks. So I don't get into that shit no more. I'm done with that.
So that's a yes. All right, got it.
You are going to.
It's not a yes.
No, I'm playing. I'm messing with you.
You are doing that next week. Like you would say, I'm not going to engage in more. Remember when we were talking on the New Year's Eve or something like that, and said, I'm not.
It's real convenient to do that. It's real convenient to stir up shit, talk all this big mess. You're that guy. These guys are peons to you. These guys are. It's great to talk all the shit, throw all the arrows, and then say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing none of this stuff. I'm out. It's ruining my brand, X, Y, and Z. It's like people are still it's not gonna stop people. This whole thing was, yeah, let me make sure we're cool. Yeah, you're cool with me. I did you a little favor. I'm on your channel. You're gonna stop the shots, diversify your platform. I'm out of here. This is just this is a white flag almost. This is almost this is damn near a peace treaty right here.
In 2023, I'm not engaging in no more conflict.
No. I said I'm trying.
Search I 85 or 87. My bad. I've been on air for too long, y'all. Give me a second. With the $5 super chat. Do you think Anton and JR will be cool again like Cameron and Mace, or is it over? Audiences is smarter. Anyone who defended Pearl can't come back from that. Anton said that there's no issue with Lapeef. They were just going their own ways. But the actions and some of the actions that he's done have been very passive aggressive and indicative that there might be some maybe some bad blood, because he targeted the Thursday night slot as a Thursday show. Lapeef's main show is the Thursday show. Why would you try to do competing times and competing days if there's no bad blood or anything and you're trying to set up this competing panel show? I don't understand that. Why compete with each other if there's no bad blood? Could have chose any other day, any other time slot. But you are specifically targeting the Thursday. That's a little bit weird. But Anton does do that. He's very two-faced, and it's all business, but it's all fake as well. So let's get back into this.
Remove myself from that. It don't mean that I'm gonna be perfect. It don't mean that I can't be drawn back.
Fantasy Island Girl in the chat. Now, shout out to you. You actually held it down in this panel. I liked a lot of the things that you had to say on this panel.
Into it's something that I've been used to doing, right? But what I'm saying is,
just like Black China,
my mentors,
so
and a lot of the people that are behind the scenes pushing for me to be greater is saying, Anton, this is what you need to do. And so I'm listening to them. And so I'm trying to move in a different, move different.
I'm sorry. What did he say?
Pushing for me to be greater is
just like Black China.
My mentors,
so
my mentors, And a lot of the people that are behind the scenes pushing for me to be greater are saying, Anton, this is what you need to do. And so I'm listening to them.
It's a total fabrication.
And so I'm trying to move in a different, move differently and grow. And I don't want to limit myself to just what it is that I've been doing. I'm trying to continue to evolve and not be put in that box no more. And so
that's cap. Anton's always been diversifying the content and doing all the other shit. Taz Exclusives Live with the $5 super chat says, nah, we gonna light it up if you come for Jay Prince. Anton and his Manosphere 5.0 crew think they doing something because goat chillin' Candyman. Wait, let me read that again, man. Why does that sound so funny? Nah, we gonna light it up if you come for Jay Prince. Laughing faces. Anton and his Manosphere 5.0 crew think they doing something because goat chillin'. Candyman. Who's goat and who's goat chillin'? Man, y'all have me lost as fuck with some of these super chats. Who's the goat? Who's the goat who's chillin'? I'm so lost. Taz is a dusty dude too. He paid $5 though. What is? I don't quite get the message, man. I don't understand the super chat either, William. Oh, he thinks Jay Prince is the GOAT. Oh, I would never think that. I would never think he was actually saying that.
I may make a mistake.
I would never think he would think that Jay Prince is the GOAT. That nigga's retarded as hell. He has some of the dumbest opinions on these airways. I think he's trolling half the times. I'm like, you can't be seriously that stupid. But, it is what it is, man.
Or I may come back to it if I'm, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I don't want to be limited to that. So I'm going to let y'all get.
Oh, shit. Team Fatty in the chat as well. Let me return the favor. This nigga gave me a wrench the first time I popped in his chat. Shout out to you. So let me give you a wrench to protect yourself in these airways. My nigga, we ain't trying to get packed out in comment sections. I was in Tommy's comment section one time going back and forth with Jessica X, and this nigga allowed me to get packed out with no wrench. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on out here? Hold on. Don't strain to understand his chats. $2 super chat from Fantasy Island Girl. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Let's get back into this.
Get back to it.
Thank you for coming, Anton. Appreciate you guys. We'll go follow Anton from AntonDaniels.com. His Patreon and all that. Anton Daniels. So, guys, I don't know what you're doing here. I just did doing the show just to clown Jay Prince a little bit more because he again did some stupid shit. Right, so I don't know what you guys
really do believe in this stuff that you be saying, right?
I wholeheartedly believe it.
So,
I'm saying that. What I'm saying in retrospect is that's how it's gonna look.
Wait, in what? Wait, what word did he say?
This stuff that you be saying, right?
I wholeheartedly believe it.
So,
I'm saying that. What I'm saying in retrospect is that's how it's gonna look.
What the fuck did he say?
Yeah, but now that in extrospect, like everybody's here, I don't know what to do. Like what you guys came here for, like a lot of guys jumping on shit. I get Shannon on you.
Yo, I don't even know I don't know what word he attempted to say. I can't even make that out. Reaper Rouse with the $2 super chat. Why can't Anton tell people how he made his first dollars? Yeah, niggas want to fraud it, man. Niggas don't want you to see them where they're at. They want to just present this image of, oh, I've always been this boss. They don't want to, I think a lot of people, I think the fake it till you make it philosophy is very prominent because a lot of people truly do not believe that they will make it. It's hard for people to know, look, I'm at this point right now. I'm kind of dusting it up. I'm building the infrastructure, but I'm going to get there. A lot of people don't really have the true belief in themselves, so they have to fake it till they make it and sell people fabricated ideology through their Patreon courses, which enables them to get the money and be like, yeah, look at me, I got the money. Meanwhile, everyone else got finessed on some fucking pyramid scheme shit. Team Fatty with the $5 super chat. Our space works like the Marvel Universe. If you miss one movie, you won't understand the rest. Astro Specs for the win. That is fucking facts. That is facts. See, you understand the space. And that's why you're doing what you're doing on your platform. You're doing good numbers. So shout out to you, man.
It's actually Black Dawn. I get it. And again, guys, let me just say something.
For anybody that wanted to call up and join the panel, we have the Discord link in the description. We will have some chats after the reaction, which is 4 minutes left, if y'all want to come up and speak, but who knows how long this live stream is. I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. I need to smoke a blunt. It's one of those ones. And hold on, y'all.
This is what Deller said to podcast that I will never.
I haven't even said this. It's ridiculous that I haven't. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mother in specific. Yeah, man, Rollo's trying to make sure that there ain't no more Mother's Day. Rollo's trying to make sure everyone gets vasectomies and Mother's Day ain't a thing, and we ain't procreating out here. We ain't having families. These manosphere niggas is tripping. Let's get back into this.
Never fucking forgets, right? He said to podcast, this is bigger than you right now. We invest so much money, so much like time, so much on you that right now this is bigger than you, right? Black Dawn is my probably biggest fucking contributor in terms of money.
I will. Okay?
What'd you say?
I support everybody. Okay, Toxic Ink.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about yeah. You know?
Okay, we give.
Yes, I'm just saying. Deller told him that, and he said, basically, fuck you. No, this is my show. It's about me and all that shit. It's not about me anymore. End of story. And if
let me say this. Let me say this before Black Dawn throw me under the bus too, like just Anton.
I'll throw you on the train.
That's what
I know you do. That's the thing that dark skinned niggas do. Y'all just some hate motherfuckers.
Blah blah blah.
Aggressive and nasty. Yeah,
Here's the
kind of
thing,
what we do.
Here's the thing.
Better than blue.
I think Fatty
What?
is messy. I think Fatty do messed up shit sometimes. But if Anton is anything like me, I like to see people win. And Fatty is winning. Whether niggas know it or not. Fatty's winning. Aaron O is winning. Shout out to my boy Aaron O. You feel me? Sean always winning because he's Chicago.
I'm winning.
Nigga.
I'm winning.
He like
I'm
to
winning.
beat people up and shit. But look, Fantasy trying to win. He's too busy trying to save the animals. But no, you winning passe. You winning, bro. You just like Pokemon, and that's some bullshit. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
I understand.
So look,
I understand.
No, Fatty, regardless, like, I like the growth. I like to see what you're doing, bro. And if somebody give you some good advice, they just give you good advice. I don't know what type of time Black Dawn is on right now. He on some hating shit. You're on some hating shit, my guy.
Stop the cap.
He's examining who the advice is coming from. You can't blame somebody for being somewhat aware that if somebody's calling you a snake and a rat and they diminishing your character, you might have to look twice at that advice. You might have to analyze, is this guy really looking for my best interest, or is he trying to derail me? Because at the end of the day, I said this earlier in the show, for those who haven't been there, Anton could have came here and had great advice and gave Fatty the right advice, but Fatty could have been like, you know what? I don't trust you. You're dogging my character. I'm not taking this advice. And then it could eventually just slow down your career because you refuse to take the advice from somebody that you don't trust. And then he could be here and give you bad advice, and then you'd be like, wait a minute, do I even take this? If it's bad advice, there's no point of considering it because you have a brain, you'll be able to distinguish what's good advice and bad advice. But even the good advice comes with a grain of salt because you're questioning if it's good advice now. So he's pretty much setting you up by doing this. Taz Exclusives, the GOAT, says, Angry Man is the manosphere. Y'all are the new guys. I'm not part of the manosphere. Never tried to be, never will be. Fantasy Island Girl says it's diminishing. Oh, it's dish. Wait, that's not. She said, damn it, scrolled up. It's dish minute. What did you say? What did you say? It's dish minishing. Okay. Reaper Rels with the $5 super chat. Fatty, legit a good dude for all he did for certain people in the space. Want to see him win. Just want him to be smart around the snakes, around the real snakes. Well, he's his own man at the end of the day. He's going to do what he wants to do. But I get the protectiveness.
Hey, I got some smoke for you in a second, though. But before I do. But before I get into that, though, I think everyone kind of missed the point of what I was saying, right? And if someone's like your enemy is coming on here giving you advice, I don't think it's stupid to be cautious. Just to be like, why is this happening?
Who's really enemies here, though?
Well,
They not enemies though, bro. They
but
content
he's the one.
creators.
He's the one that expressed that. He just said he literally called him a snake and a rat, and that's my enemy. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of.
If somebody calls me a snake and a rat on their platform, they ain't coming on my platform. This isn't we ain't just doing the whole business shit. You called me a snake and a rat. I don't want to hear shit you gotta say. You gotta retract your comments at that point. They want to call that emotional. That's called being socially adept. A lot of y'all are socially inept, where y'all just take that shit and y'all don't see shit coming at you. And that's why Anton ended up where he ended up, with all these failed and falling outs in his relationships, because y'all ain't taking in the people, y'all ain't understanding the people that y'all are working with and their angles and their motives. I'm not working with frauds. I'm not allowing them on my panel. Fatty can do that because Fatty interacts with them and Fatty gets on their panels. Everyone has their own ways.
Why is he giving good advice?
Like, I don't see anybody in the chat that I would stop from getting on my panel right now. It's pretty known if I don't like you on YouTube. I'm pretty vocal about it. I criticize and I critique everything that I see, but it's pretty known when I don't like you or I don't fuck with you at all. I say it by name, I point it out, and I draw the line in the sand. We do not fuck with Zesty TV out here. That guy's a whole clown. Don't fuck with Pearl. We don't fuck with Anton. It's quite clear. I do not know the Angry Man to have a grudge against the Angry Man. I don't know his content too well. I just hear Duke cooking him, but I don't know much of him, so there's no malice here. I don't know him.
I don't think it's a bad thing just to be cautious, bro. Like, that's not it's not that big a deal.
Bro, this ain't He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and Skeletor. Nobody's really enemies here. People dislike each other for whatever reason, and that shit changes from week to week, and that's not that serious, bro. That's not that serious.
Okay. Well, maybe this is just a difference of opinion. I guess we have to agree to disagree. I mean,
that point right there, people don't like each other from week to week. Like, what is this shit? This is some soap opera shit. This is weird to me. So I don't really mix in with a lot of this shit, but
I'm never gonna trust anyone or be like, oh, that's my enemy. I think
Taz does not need to be removed. What did Taz do? I'm not paying attention to the chat so much. Is he violating? If he's not violating or doing anything in the chat to try to get it, like, then y'all let the man live a little bit. You know what I mean?
I expect to agree with anyone as dark as you, bro. But no, I'm about to
Wait.
Trust anyone or be like, oh, that's my enemy.
I didn't expect to agree with anyone as dark as you, bro. But no. Hold up! What is this shit?
What the hell? Anybody? Who's he talking to? I'm so lost.
Yeah, light skin power. Yeah.
Kick them off, guys.
Yeah, I'm about to
both of them.
I'm about to bounce anyway, but yo, salute to Fatty, salute Aaron, Sean. I guess Fantasy Island. Yo, everybody on the panel, check y'all out.
Damn, you ain't gonna say salute me?
Catch y'all.
No, he hates you. He hates you.
Don't worry about it. I'm getting my weight up right now.
Hey, but Angry Man, before you leave, I gotta like build. I bought a new house. And like, I was hoping, like, you and your friends, like, from Home Depot, kind of help me a little bit with some redesign. I'm just, I don't know. Maybe you get like 2 trucks. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? I can't help you. I can't help you this weekend. I'm too busy out here enjoying the view. You feel what I'm saying? So
what view?
I can't help you this weekend. Damn,
Angry Man, you should have just told him he ain't really had to work, because we know Nigerians, all they do is scam. They ain't his property.
We know you. We know.
Oh, that's what these niggas is doing.
Are really hard workers. We know that.
The only reason
Get rid of him.
The only reason why he needs Mexicans to build his house is because niggas like him can't build shit. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.
Niggas say, "Are you good for his picking?"
Yo, is the Angry Man actually even Mexican? I hear people joking on him, like, is he Mexican for real? Shout out to who is this? Ray Midnight with the $5 super chat. Salute LTTV. Salute Team Fatty. You dig? All right. You know, we got the call lines open, but I'm going to wrap up the show. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to you for the super chat. We got a lot more on the way, y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. We're going to have a lot more call-in shows. Make sure you join the Discord. Y'all can call in at any given time, and we can react to stuff and run the shows as, you know. Wait, what the fuck was I saying? Man, the show's done, man. We out, man. Quick PSA, make sure y'all join the members. We have the cheapest members on the platform. Join the members for the members only streams. We are going to have a few of those. A lot of the court streams are going to be members only. We don't need anybody going in there and insulting up the child support court videos. We want to keep those clean and proper. So some of those might be members, and we have members only streams. So make sure y'all get a membership, y'all. We out.